Oh,
Yo. Hey, I'm sorry.
Hold on. Case openings? Case openings? Wait.
A ton of money from
is that
Hold on, it's my closing
they
thought.
actually, everyone's saying they ran out of 3 because they feel it's profitable.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Catalyst Effect podcast. This is episode 44. And guys, our favorite anime boy has gone missing in the metaverse. He took the wrong turn or some shit. I don't know what happened, but he went missing. I don't know where he is. We're missing Missy this week. Is a sad time in the studio. I'm not gonna lie. We need that anime vibes in here at all times.
Absolutely. We miss our brother, Mizzy. We hope you're well wherever you are, maybe in a beach somewhere.
Yeah, I think Hurricane Helene hit him too hard, bro. You know, that thing took him from the beach all the way up the state, or something. I don't know. Nah, we're just kidding, guys. Missy is on vacation for the week. He'll be back with us next week.
He's saying he went upstream.
Yeah. Actually, I shouldn't joke about that, man. Hopefully everyone stays safe during the storm. We know it impacted in the upper states, up in Tennessee and not Tennessee, North Carolina and Georgia got hit pretty hard, I believe.
Yeah, southeast states got really hammered by that storm. Apparently, there's another one coming too. So
it's hurricane season, man. It's hurricane season. Man. You never know. It's a little bit late this year, I would say, even though it usually goes all the way to November. I would say this year's. Like I wasn't expecting like such a big one so late, we got lucky. We got lucky as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
I saw a video of some dude's house just floating in the river.
Dude,
shit's fucking sad, bro. It's fucked up.
It's crazy, man. I saw a video of a dude like literally in tears. I think they had gone somewhere out of state, like to stay with their family or something, and they basically just found out that they were coming to no home. Because it was completely destroyed. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, as much as that sucks, obviously, that's horrible and is terrifying to lose basically all your physical items and so many memories and stuff like that, right? Like, but at the end of the day, all that matters is your safety and your health. That's what home insurance is for. If you're a homeowner, you should have that. And, it'll take some time, but hopefully they can take care of that, and build a brand new home that's fit for their needs and stuff like that. But yeah, man, that sucks. I can only imagine what people are going through, just seeing their homes like either completely destroyed or getting completely flooded like by an ocean. That's not, do you see I don't know if you saw the video of Tifu. Tifu posted his like childhood home, which is basically right on the beach in Tampa. Dude, the inside of his house literally looked like the beach. It was like covered with at least like 4 feet of sand. Like the living room, like the fridge was like halfway covered with sand. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, man, it's tough, man. I've seen a lot of images of some sad stuff. Even friends that I've made this year, big old tree trunk just in front of someone's yard. Like hopefully no one got hurt. But yeah, man, it's a really serious situation. I hope people are getting the help they need. Like that's a humanitarian crisis right there. They need help, man. It's bad.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I look at that like unfortunately our government has done such a poor job at updating flood zones, and like flood regulations and stuff like that in so many areas across the country, right? Especially here in Florida. If you look at something like, and I'm so glad that, I mean, I'm not glad because like I said, like all those other states up north got affected even worse, right? But like if it would have hit like the original trajectory of the hurricane, right, it was going straight for Tampa, like dead on for Tampa. And Tampa, at least in Florida, is one of the cities that's like the most behind on flooding zones. I think their flooding like permits and like flooding codes are backdated like 70 or 80 years. So I think by statistic, if they were to get hit by anything worse than a tropical storm, they are at severe loss due to flooding. You get me? So if this storm would have hit them dead on, there's a good chance that Tampa would have been basically non-existent right now. You get me? And what I mean by non-existent is the amount of damages that I would have done to the city it would have taken years and years, if not a decade, to like recuperate all that back, because Tampa's a big city, you know.
Yeah, and I saw some stuff that the insurance policies are changing on the 30th of September for Florida specifically. If that's true, that's really fucked up. Like y'all just got hit, like the entire region of southeast the United States got destroyed by a tropical storm, hurricane, and y'all gonna like change up that shit. Like that's crazy to me. I hope that's like just a rumor, it's not true, but like if they're really gonna scum people like that after people have lost like their lives like that, like bro,
it's gonna be true, man. I mean, you know, insurance is fucked up. And at the end of the day, when it comes to Florida too, what's even more fucked up is that there's really like you're really limited to what insurance you can have on your home, because a lot of home in Florida were built like during the 70s, right? So like a lot of homes, especially up in Central Florida, without like the exclusion of Miami, right? I would say Miami is probably the city in Florida that has the most uh new homes, right? Like new constructions happening, because they're like overpopulated and they need that, right? So Central Florida, most of the houses there and stuff are like owned by the original owners, right? And when you look at when those houses were built, most of them are like 72, 73, 74, which then limits you to what insurance providers, right, are willing to take the risk to insure a home that is that outdated or that old, right?
yeah,
Which kind of gives the homeowner like very limited options to what type of coverage they can have in their home. And that's when you see a lot of sad situations happen in cases like this, right? Where you can have like a total destruction, but your insurance may only cover you a certain amount, right? Like that is sad, bro. Like that is horrible. You get me? Because not only are you losing your home that you work so hard for, that you built with your family, that you built so many memories on, but now your insurance is telling you, hey, like we may not even be able to cover you to buy a home that is this nice. You get me? Or like that is what you want, essentially, you know? So
yeah.
it's crazy, man.
I do want to say prayers are with you. Our thoughts are with you. Please, like everybody in that region, I hope you guys find a way to remain safe and find some way to become whole again. Because that is just, I can't even imagine what I would do. Like I would be lost. So
yeah, man, and unfortunately, yeah, and I agree with you, man. Prayers to all the families that have been affected by this storm. You know, it's horrible. Like I said, natural disasters, man. You can't really control them, but you know, again, I hope your safety. You guys are like staying safe out there, and your families and yours are, you know, staying safe as well. But nonetheless, dude, you know what I hate about the internet though, when it comes to situations like this, is that I really do feel like this thing couldn't have happened at the worst time, because now everybody has made the whole Hurricane Helene thing about the elections. Yeah, I
how?
mean, bro, it's like
How?
I seen so many accounts of this conspiracy theory accounts, right? Saying like, oh, this just proves for all of you non-believers that don't believe in like government fabricated, like basically weather
Bro,
disasters or
people
whatever, you know how people say.
do people have amnesia? Like this happens every year. It like
Bro,
it's not always
it's
it's
just a
not always
correlation, right? Like since it
yeah.
happened during the election, obviously it's just coming up with like any excuse that we can make it relatable to the elections, right? To
Bro.
persuade people to vote one way or whatever. That's the part that sucks about the internet, dude. Because instead of like just bringing news about like, yo, like let's bring up like I don't know, like um GoFundMe pages, you
Yeah,
get
or
me, to
let's
like
hit up
donations
charity.
or whatever. Like let's
Yeah.
hit up charities. Let's bring up awareness to like how people can support this families or in needs. You know what I mean? Like all that type of stuff. People take the internet to bring engagement in a way that is like, oh, like of course the Democrats will make this happen. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, like, come on, bro. Like, you
Look,
know
I
what
don't
I'm
want to
saying?
get
Like,
into the tinfoil hat part of this. I don't think that's relevant though at all. Like that's crazy. Yo, shout out Jackie. What's up? Good
yo,
to see
what
you in
up,
the chat.
Jackie? Let's go.
Have a great show. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. I hope you and Missy are enjoying your little vacation, man. I hope you guys are having a good time.
Yeah, having
No,
a
but yeah,
great
man,
time.
listen. Hurricane Helene, like, definitely was a strong hurricane. Definitely caused a lot of damage. Just like Hato said, we hope that you guys are staying safe out there, and that you know, our prayers are with you guys. We hope that you guys are able to come back stronger and be able to get your stuff back, you know. Now, moving on, man, we have a lot of topics to go over
Oh
today.
yeah.
Mr. Beast is getting sued. Freaking X Defiant season 2 has been killing it. More Minecraft stuff is happening. I don't even if it's about the IRL movie, I don't even want to like see it, to be honest with you. But we have a shit ton of topics here to get into it. But before we do, man, I wanted to ask you, how's your week been, bro? Because from what I've seen in the chats, at least, you've been grinding Valorant, bro. So
oh yeah,
tell me a little bit about it, because like usually, like I said, you have like a love-hate relationship with Valorant. I feel sometimes you're about it, sometimes you take a break, like a little hiatus from it. But what is your goal right now? Are you trying to like rank up in rank play, or are you just playing more casually and just like making content out of it? Like,
it's a really tough question to answer, because 3 days ago I would have said, yeah, I'm trying to rank up, and then like literally I did like a 11-hour stream not yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I did 11-hour stream yesterday, and I was playing Valorant for like 4 hours, and I was playing nothing but ranked. I was playing by myself, and I was playing very well. I won game after game after game after game, and then I hopped off, and I came back to Valorant later on that day, like towards the nighttime, because I had a friend that was watching me the whole entire time, and she wanted to play with me.
Mm-hmm.
And she got on her stream, I got on my stream, and we just played Swift Plays, which is not ranked at all. It's like you cut like the game, I wouldn't even say in half. Like you have 5 rounds to win the game, right? So whoever gets to 5 first wins. And what she does is she plays the game, and then she puts her link in the chat, like her Twitch link. Mm-hmm. And now she's building a community off of that. And so I'm thinking, is it worth it to play ranked? Because we're meeting people that are high ranks that don't like playing ranked. And these people are like diamond, plat, different high ranks like that.
Right.
So we were playing custom matches. And so we got a bunch of we did some 4-on-4s, and we were doing Swift Plays as well. We were doing the full games. And then we started doing like team deathmatch. And if you never played Valorant team deathmatch, it's kind of weird because you have like stages, but you can in the custom mode, you can skip the stages. And so we were playing like regular guns, and they were playing like pistols only. They were playing specific pistol only, and they were doing knives only, right? And they were.
What do you mean you have stages still? Like,
so the way that team deathmatch works in Valorant, it's not like regular team deathmatch where you can just pick up your loadout and just run around until score reaches its limit. Mm-hmm. In team deathmatch in Valorant, you have stages. So stage 1, you have a certain threshold of kills that you get with a certain gun, like tier of gun. So you start with pistol, then you have like your secondary guns, which are like
I see what you're saying. It's like
less powered guns.
Like the store opens up your buys as you go through the stages.
Right.
So like stage 2, you'll have some machine guns available. Stage 3, ARs available, plus all the other guns. Like
right. And there's some guns that are not usable. So like there's some guns that you have to pick up off the ground, like the Odin, which is like the most powerful machine gun. Mm-hmm. You have to pick that off the ground. And then the op, which is oddly spelled differently than the op from CS2, but it's the same gun.
You can't do that. What?
Well, you know how op is spelled in CS2 is
AWP, right?
And op in Valorant is just OP.
Oh, that's not. Come on, man.
And op
that's not even a real gun.
But op also means overpowered. So it's like, it's kind of clever.
I guess, yeah, but like if it's the same sniper as the CS1, that is a real sniper. The AWP is a real sniper, I believe, right?
Yeah, but how do you say it? Op.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't like that.
The op is short for operator. Yeah, everyone calls it the op. Yeah. And then OP is op, right? So it like kind of works out. Yeah. But all those like high powered weapons, those are on the ground, and then you have all these orbs that you can run around and get your ults. So like team deathmatch has like the same maps that are already in the game and some new ones as well, but like they're designed to like be smaller for team deathmatch. And so we were doing all those customs yesterday. So my answer today is I kind of like the custom more. Like I like it more because we're just chilling, we're just vibing, we're just like we're all in a Discord call, we're talking shit to each other, like it's a good time. Versus like doing the regular modes. Comp is very stressful. And if you have a team to play comp with, it's a little less stressful. When you play comp solo queuing or like even duo queuing, it's very stressful because it's like hitting like back in the day going into Meagle and like trying not to get flashed, right? Like you play comp, it's so stressful because in some instances you have great teammates, they call out, they're not a bunch of like weirdos, they don't piss you off. And in other instances, you have a bunch of weird motherfuckers
But
that just piss you
that's
off.
the whole point of rank though. And that's why I don't like right now in X Defiant, right? For example, for me, which is the game that I had the most hour and I'm playing the most consistent on, right? Like I haven't played ranked in X Defiant. The reason I haven't played ranked in X Defiant is because one, I don't have a solid group of friends, right? That I can build a team on. And like I'm not saying, wait, let me rephrase that. I have a solid group of friends, which is all of you guys. But stop. That came out wrong. I have a solid group of friends, but none of my solid group of friends play X Defiant like I do, right? Like to the consistency that I'm playing it, right? So I wouldn't say that all of us can create a team right now and play ranked to a level that I will feel like I'm having a good time in there, right? Because my competitor side is gonna come out, and that's the part where rank kind of sucks for me, right? Is that it's made for the competitive side of things to come out, right? And when you don't have teammates that kind of have the same mentality when you're playing ranked, I'm not saying that, like I said, you can make like a solid team of just like hyper casual players, right? But they know when we're playing rank, it's time to log in and do call outs and be focused and try to win, right? Like that's the rush you get out of rank play, right?
Yeah.
When we're playing rank and we're treating it like pubs, that gets annoying. You get me? Because that's not the point, bro. Like if we want to play competitive, let's go in there and fucking, kick some ass. If we want to fuck around, like play, joke around, like do jokes, we don't care if we're dying, whatever. Let's just go play pubs. You get me? Like let's not ruin the experience of the competitive side of things. And that's the only reason I haven't touched rank playing XFI, is because I don't have a solid group that we can be like, yo, time to lock in. Let's see how fucking high we can get on the leaderboard. Let's see how high we can get on the rank system. You get me, etc.
I think X Defiant's like a different pace, because like Valorant is like very, Valorant takes a lot of time to play. And
I was just saying from sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just, the example I gave is I used X Defiant because it's the game that I have the most experience with, right? But it's the same experience across any game that has rank play, in my opinion, right? Like rank play is made for competitive gaming, whether you do like a solo queue, right, and then you pair up with people randomly. As long as you pair up with people that are going to be efficient teammates, they're gonna be doing call outs, they're gonna be like actually playing and not like AFK, you get me, shit like that, then you have a good experience. But when you solo queued and everybody's in there eating shit, then that gets annoying,
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but the reason why I do think you should, like, if you, okay, this is advice to any person that wants to get better at a game. I do think you should grind solo queue on top of you doing like a quad or whatever, like a full squad, because you understand the game better when you solo queue it. Like you're going to understand how to play better individually, because then you'll be a better asset on your team. And I think you're coming to it in the lens like you're already a good player. And I agree with you. Like once you are a certain level of player where you have the understanding of the game, like you do need a squad to rank up. It's so much easier to rank up that way. But you do need to like play it individually to like have like a better mindset.
I think there's some merit to what you're saying, but I think there's only that issue, right? Like I don't think you need to play rank play to achieve what you're saying, right? I think that only becomes an issue with most games, because most games, especially shooters, have skill-based matchmaking. You get what I'm saying? For example, a game like SFI, you can get good at the game and you can understand your role in the games. You can understand how to play objectives. You can understand rotations. You can understand gunplay, all that shit, right? To just regular pub matches, because there is no skill-based matchmaking. It's just going to throw you in the game. What you can be level 1 and get thrown into a lobby with a level 185, because it's going to throw you with whoever's available first. You get me? It doesn't matter if they're 10 times better than you or the same level as you. You get me? And that's what makes you good at a game. That's what constantly makes you improve and notice new things, right? When you see another player doing something that you haven't noticed. Like the other day, bro, I saw a video of a creator that literally used the new faction in XFI, and has a little ability where you throw down a turret, right? Bro, the guy was using the turret to find new head glitches in the map. And in Rockefeller, it's all about head glitches. All the little compartments,
little angles,
it's literally for head glitches. So I started playing around, brother, with that little tactic, and I threw my little turret, and I found this so many nasty head glitches in that map, bro. And people were so unaware because I don't think anybody had it's head glitches that you can't get on unless you have a little platform to stand on. You get me? And
For
normally
sure.
there's no little platform. So the only way to do it is if you have that ability with the new faction. You get me? So little things like that, I wouldn't have even found out about it if I wouldn't have seen that creator talk about it, right? So like little things like that is what make you good at a game and understand the game a little bit better, you know? And I agree with what you're saying. You should definitely be playing the game solo, teamed up, however you can. But I don't think you should be jumping into rank play unless you're ready to like actually play in a competitive playing field. You get me? It's like jumping into game battles, matches, and wagering without.
I don't know if that's the same thing. You're putting money on the line, bro. That's
Well,
a little...
you can do game battles matches without money on the line. It's still a wager because it gets you points, and then that gives you a better seat in the ladder. You get what I'm saying? Like it gives you game battle points, which you can use for certain matches. Not every match in game battles was money wagering. You get me? You could play for game battle points. And what I'm trying to say is that you still people still wouldn't waste their game battle points, they're like their credits, because that's worth money. Like each 20 credits is you got to pay for that. You get me? Like so. Like I don't know, man. I just feel like competitive play, the name says it, is rank play for a reason. You should be locked in, you should be focused, and you should be aiming to do your absolute best to win.
That's fair. That's fair. And you are a former pro, correct?
Yeah, like bro, I feel like when I was pro, like at those times, anybody. No, I just feel like people gotta understand when I play competitively, right, professionally. It was a different time than when people expectation is nowadays of what an esport professional player is, right? Like nowadays we have big leagues, big organization playing, right? It's almost like the NBA at this point. Back then, like people from the public who could make local teams and still make it pretty far up the ladder. You get me? Because it was open bracket. You could play all of like losers pools, right, and make it all the way to the winning pool, right, and like still win the whole tournament. That's what I enjoy about esports back in the day, is that like you and me could form a team and still have the same playing field as like up to gaming, for example. You get me? Like that's what was cool about back then. But yeah, like to answer your point, yeah, I did play competitively, so I do have a pretty big understanding on how rank play should play and stuff like that in games. But nonetheless, I think we're getting a little bit of point here. I would say about. Oh yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to shout out some people in the chat. What's up, Beef Based?
Pay attention. Beef Based. Yo, what up, homie? I feel like I haven't seen you in a little bit, man. How's it going, brother?
I love the old school custom Halo vibes.
Halo Forge was the best. Yes. Halo like Forge, Halo costumes was the best. Like, people got way too creative on that game.
I saw that Valorant is doing not like a Forge mode, but they're doing some of the theater stuff.
Wait! I want to bring that up. That's actually what I was going to transition. But let's keep going through the chat here real quick.
Yeah, we got Kobe. We got Kobe. Kobe in the house.
Yo, what is up? You know we gotta bring the dark glasses, baby. You know how
Kobe is still grinding on some MMORPGs, and he called you a humble pro.
I'm a humble pro. Exactly. There you go.
Yeah,
I like that. All
right, get into your segue. Let's hear it.
No, I wanted to bring this up because I was going to say I'm the biggest hater probably when it comes to Valorant, right? Like I personally do not like this game. Like I don't think it's
chat's very true.
I just don't think I don't think you need to play Valorant when you have CS:GO. That's just my opinion. I do think that some people think that it's funner. You get me? It's a more interactive UX, whatever the case may be. You know, you can be a fan of whatever you want to be. I personally don't like Valorant. But what I do like is what you posted in our chat the other day, which is essentially giving creators tools inside the games to create dope content. You get me? And one of those things is bringing like things like theater mode, like you were mentioning, right? And this shit is dope, bro, because I wish more games nowadays. I feel like theater mode is one of those tools that kind of got lost, like after I would say maybe like Halo 3, Black Ops 2 era, you know, like that those type of games. And it's such a great tool for content. I don't know why more games don't do it. You know, like allowing a free range camera to follow gamers as they're getting like their clips and stuff is one of the best tools you can give a content creator to make content.
I mean, there is a way you can do it now in Valorant. You can do a spectator in a custom, But what this is allowing to do is what you're talking about. Like any game that you play, you have a replay
you can go
button.
back, and then you can like having the ability for me to go back on. For example, I just had a sick ass game right before the show on XFI, right? And I got like 5 kill streak with my sniper, like super dope, right? Like I wish I could have gone back to that gameplay, right? In theater mode, have a free ranging camera, find my body, follow it, right? And then I can get like a front facing like view of my character approaching, right? Like that does so much for like making montages or capturing clips or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah, like oh wait, I don't know if you posted the. Never mind, nothing.
Oh no, I haven't posted yet. I haven't posted yet. No. But yes,
like that, exactly like that.
Yes,
that's the kind of stuff that we need in house.
Yes, instead of making it like like an edited freaking clip or whatever, you would do it yourself with your own character.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch this real quick.
Like that transition was sick.
The transitions are so sick. Like how sick is that, right?
Yeah.
Like you saw that dude, like he flew right when he started the video. Like right here. That's the same dude, right? Transitions.
There's the jet dash.
B-roll. And then you see him cut, bro. Like, come on.
This is like Dragon Ball Z, dude.
Like, come on, bro. And then the transition back to the gameplay, you got me like.
And then this like ending too. Look at this.
Yeah, cinematic B-roll of like the characters, like
but it's in the same. I think this is the same map though.
Oh, I think this is like, isn't this like the cinematic you get after getting like a wipeout or whatever, like from killing the whole team? No. So this is edited.
That's some. I've never seen that footage before. And then also there's text behind her, so like that is all custom.
So like, how do they have like a media kit of like?
Oh well, you can put you can put a chroma filter over something to make it look like this, but I'm not exactly sure what the footage is from. Like I don't know if this is because they do have like a beta program in Valorant where you get like access to stuff before it comes out to the public.
Yeah.
And that goes to like all the streamers, top tier players or whatever, because they're gonna promote that shit, naturally, because it speaks for itself. So like this is a tool that someone has access to already. I'm pretty sure.
Right. I feel like this is something that has to be like that, right?
By the way,
one is the same character, right? Like the same character using the abilities with the knife. 2 is like the same map that she was playing on. So like,
by the way, this was from 4 months ago. The actual Riot team put out a video talking about replays. And this came out, I want to say this came out like September. So they probably were working on back then, the video was showing that like for instance, like there's doors you can shut on certain maps to like close off like an entry point. So they were showing that the door in the replay was all fucked up. Like it was in the air. And then like some of the animations, like the smokes, for instance, the smokes wouldn't like dissipate and then go away. They would just like vanish. Right. So there's like little things they had to tweak before it was ready. So I'm willing to bet that this is going to be a feature that comes out in Q4 of this year.
Yeah.
And they're giving it out to the beta first to like, find all the bugs they can to fix everything they can before it goes to retail. So that's what I think we're seeing.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It has to be like some type of like character emote, like end screen type of shit. Like that's what I feel like it's gonna be. Sure. If he does this like in like After Effects like type of shit, like that's even dope, like even more dope. Well, who's your editor? All right, that was it. Oh, what the hell did I just click on? I don't even know. All right, it was TikTok. I hate that they do that on TikTok. Like it like automatically goes to the next thing. Yeah. But yeah, man, that was dope. Props to Valorant for including like what seems like a theater mode tool coming into like their game. I think that's gonna be super dope. Like I said, I wish more games would implement that. I don't remember if I read that in the XDefiant roadmap for like season 3 and season 4. We'll take a look at that in a little bit when we get to XDefiant, but I don't know if they're bringing back a theater mode or not. I think it would be dope. I think they should.
Okay. I will say this: Valorant arguably has the biggest FPS fan base on PC gaming alone, right? Then they got all these console gamers to come in with the console version.
I would say CSGO has a bigger fan base than Valorant, bro. You can hate on CSGO, But CS2, you can look it up. You can look up the daily active users in
Let's look at
the
Twitch.
last
Let's look
30
at Twitch.
days.
Let's look at Twitch. Let's look at it real quick. Look
Well,
at Twitch real quick.
Twitch is just what? Like, oh, you're talking about how many viewers like they
Yeah.
get? Okay. I thought you were talking about users, like people playing.
Okay. Well, it's not fair right now because there's a Blast Final 2024 going on right now. So that's like an esport thing, and they CS2 has more.
Okay.
But let's see what the followers are.
I think CS2 has more followers, man.
They do.
I think CS2 is just a bigger game. And listen,
it is.
Like I said, a lot of people enjoy Valorant because it's more colorful, it's more fun than CS2. But come on.
All I'm saying is, you know how Catalyst sometimes makes waves, and then people like to emulate those waves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how people like to
they have to
copy. They follow the leader. Anyways, I'm just saying, Valorant may not be the biggest game, but it is a big game.
Yeah.
If they come out with a feature that makes people make some dope freaking content, all these other games are going to follow suit. All the other games are going to be like, oh shit, we got to make an editor. I think they
doubt it, man. I doubt it because the games that you're talking about, right? Well, let's look at what competitors out there that can be competing with Valorant, right? We have Fortnite, we have Activision with Call of Duty, right? Like those are the two titles that people are looking at as active competitors, right? Aside of CS2, right? But when it comes to shooter, bro, when it comes to shooters in general, let's look at the most popular titles, right? Fortnite, right? We will all have to agree that Fortnite is the number one most popular titles of all time.
It's the best metaverse. It's the best metaverse in Web3.
Okay, so Fortnite, right? CS2, right? As popular titles, Fortnite, CS2, right? Valorant, right? Call of Duty, and then after that, maybe XDefiant, right? If people are considering it in that top category already.
Apex Legends.
For me, nah. I don't think Apex Legends is up there in terms of popularity anymore.
Bigger than XDefiant. Come on, man.
No, it is. It is bigger than XDefiant. I agree with that. But I'm just saying, like in terms of popularity, Apex has been on the decline, in my opinion. A lot of people have been living the esports scene from Apex
in
Legends.
North America, sure, but in Europe and Japan and other Southeast Asian countries, it's pretty popular, dude.
I don't know. Well, whatever. Regardless, let's just focus on those four that I mentioned, right?
Okay.
Actually, I'll throw even Halo in there, right? Because Halo, I'm just gonna throw it in there because Halo had a theater mode, right? So Activision had a theater mode already. You get me? Fortnite, I'm pretty sure they've already had it. You can do so much in Fortnite that I don't see the need for a theater mode. I feel like you already have the free ranging camera and creative, and you can do whatever the fuck you want, basically. You know. CS2, I don't know if CS2 has a theater mode. Actually, I feel like at one point they did. I would have to look that up. I feel like at one point they did.
Do they have like a mod version or like a native version?
I'm not sure. I just feel like at one point I've seen in custom lobbies.
I know League of Legends. I know League of Legends had like a rotating 3D camera mode that they had, but the developer discontinued it for whatever reason. But we were seeing like those kind of edits in League of Legends, and then it disappeared.
The point I was trying to make though, what I don't think is that's gonna happen, Hado, is because what Valorant has over many of the games, right, that are their competitors, is that they are a free-to-play game. You get me? So they have the luxury to like explore tools like that, right? Because they don't make their money from their game sales, right? A game like Call of Duty, I don't think they would ever go back to theater mode because it's not monetizable anymore. And it's giving their users more tools to make better content, better things, right? Keep not wanting to leave that game when the new one comes out next year, right? Because why? Because this game has theater mode and the next one may not have it. You get what I'm saying? Like little things like that. I just feel like companies like Activision think from a monetization point of view and a monopoly point of view, right? So I don't think they're interested in bringing like those little tools that have no monetary effect into their companies anymore. You get me? So that's just my personal opinion.
Well, you could third party it and like help fund it or something. You know, you don't have to like take the entire task, but
I would love it, brother. I would love it. I agree with you. I wish that was the outcome.
All I'm saying is Twitch revamped the entire clipping system, and you can now share stuff directly to TikTok, YouTube, and other websites as well, Facebook, etc. It's never been easier to share content on Twitch, right? If games want to like support that kind of thing, then why wouldn't they do something like that where you could like just do it all on stream and then just like record or clip it. And maybe you want to download it, maybe you want to directly upload it, whatever. But you ever heard of Crossclip?
No.
Crossclip had this feature where you could take a Twitch link and put the clip there, and it would like put it in TikTok format, and you could like get a box to like put your camera. Mm-hmm. Twitch has imported those tools into the Twitch editing thing. You can do that now on Twitch. The only thing it doesn't have is captions, but I'm sure as time goes on, they're going to add something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, if games want to go viral, they need to tap into this like theater mode of content creators. Because think about it. I don't think Palworld would have gone as viral as it did if we didn't see all these clips of people doing weird shit with the fucking Palworld creatures.
Yeah, like the fucking sweat factories and shit like that, you mean?
Yeah.
That show is weird, bro. Yo, and why did that happen within like the first week of the game being out? Like, I feel like, there could have been so many content pieces that people could have done, and they automatically went into the sweatshop route. That shit was weird as fuck, dude.
I mean, Mizzy did say that the furries were active, so
I guess so, man. I guess so. Yeah, man. But listen, I feel like Valorant's definitely doing some cool stuff. I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes open for that theater mode. Cersei was saying in the chat that Parabox is supposed to have a really cool spectator mode. Listen, I enjoy playing Parabox. I think it's a fun game. I think there's some balancing that they need to do when it comes to like just how much damage you do and certain things that I feel like will make the game even better.
The animations feel super clunky, and I feel like I'm stuck in the animations when I'm doing them.
Really? That game ran super smooth for me, bro.
No, like, I mean like the animation ending could be a little bit more swifter.
Oh, got it. Okay, I was like, I didn't have any issues with that game, but I did enjoy the movement type that the game brought. Like I said, it reminded me a lot of like the finals movement and like how quick pace it is, So,
oh yeah. But they're trying to go like a esports route, so the spectator mode makes sense. Like you have to have the spectator mode on point. If you don't have that on point, how are you going to do an esport? What I mean? Like all these games that want to be esports or whatever,
shoutcasting is pretty much impossible without a spectating mode.
Exactly, and you can't even. Like a good shoutcaster has a good observer, and observers are the people that are pressing the buttons for the casters. It's not the casters pressing it. Like they can like highlight certain things and focus in on things and stuff and like replays or whatever. But like you have to have a good observer, and the observer needs to understand those control systems. So like League of Legends, I think, is the best game to watch. I mean, you're kind of cheating because it's an overhead perspective game, but then there's games like Overwatch League, right? And to me, I could never get into it because like the swapping between like different first person views and then like an orbital cam, it was just like kind of hard for me to follow.
I think the problem with those esports that I've always had, and this is why I enjoy like Call of Duty esports so much, right? Because Call of Duty is such a simple game to understand.
Yeah,
you get me? Like anybody that watched Call of Duty on the TV in an esports match, it would take them maybe like 5 minutes to understand what's going on, right? Like, okay, there's two teams, they're fighting it out, there's objectives, or like there's a flag, whatever the fuck they're playing, right? It's easy to understand. My problem with League of Legends, for example, is that, bro, when I tried watching the esports, since I've never been a League of Legends like player, you get me, to that extent, like I had no idea what the fuck was going on. You get me? Like I understood like PvP, like when two players were going, against each other, like in the middle of a match, or like a player had made like a nice move and it like took the advantage that way, right? Like I understood those components, but the overall like idea of what the game is and like what are the objectives, like what are these teams doing, you get me? Like why is this guy going off the map, like shit like that, like I'm like, bro, what the hell's going on? There's just so much happening that it makes it a little bit hard to keep up. And I would say if you're not a big fan of League of Legends, I don't think it's an esports that you can casually just get into, like, oh, like what's this playing on TV? Let me watch it. You might enjoy like what's happening on the screen, but you're not gonna understand what the fuck is happening. You get what I'm saying?
I would agree with you, and I the only reason why I'll disagree slightly here is because I played League for so long, I didn't know what to do, and then I watched them play the kind of like we were saying earlier with like watching a creator like play like your favorite game at a high level, like you're kind of understanding it, and so I'm still confused watching it for the first time, but the casters really do a good job if you listen to what they're saying. And it's a little bit of a learning curve, right? Anytime there's something new with like a sport or something, you're coming fresh to it. You're going to have like a little bit of a learning curve, but they do a really good job of like explaining what things are going on. And then when they have the replays too, the replays are really for the new people. The replays are not for the people that understand the game, right?
Yeah.
And during the replays, and let me tell you, they have a fuck ton of replays in League of Legends. Like sometimes they have to cut the replay because they're going off in like the entire explanation of what happened, and then there's another fight going on. They're like, oh shit, we gotta leave this, and there's a fight right now, right? So like I understand where you're coming from. Like it is hard to understand, like if you don't know how to play the game or you've never played the game. But like I think the thing is like if you have good commentators that know how to call the game and like give you the vision of what just happened, that's when the game like gelled for me. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm watching the character that I tried before. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with this character. Now I'm watching the professional player. And then the caster is telling me why he was doing that or how he did it or whatever, or how that was a good play. You know what I mean? So like that was like informative to me. Like, oh, this is how you play League of Legends. Got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To me, like the caster played the role of like they're making my watching experience that much more enjoyable and entertaining, right? Like I get hyped when like the few League of Legends matches that I've seen, right? Like I've said, most of them have been like championship matches, right? Like the grand final match or some shit like that, because I don't follow the esports like that, right? So like I like might have seen like the biggest match happening in the league, you know, like once or twice, right? Like seeing those matches, I got hyped hearing the commentators and the shoutcaster, right? Because they get hyped as they're like big plays are happening and stuff like that, right? So I can see your point of view, right? Like, and I agree with you, but you also had the interest of the game, right? Like you were playing the game, you were looking for things, you were looking like, what does he mean by that? Like, oh, that's what he did. Okay, thank you, like for explaining. You get me? You were looking for those answers. For someone like me, like when they're saying like, oh, I don't know, I may butcher this, but like Metheos playing jungle, you get me? I'm like, what the fuck is jungle? Okay, I guess.
Or you could be like
that's I know that's a role, you get me? But I'm like, what the fuck is the point of that role? You get me?
You get into the fight and it's a wombo combo. And you know what's funny? Well, you know what's funny about the wombo combo is that's from Melee, right? So they took that lingo from Melee because in that instance there was two teams that were playing each other in Melee, and they were just bouncing the one character like through each other, and then they knocked them off the stage. And so everyone's like, wombo combo has been put into every like esports lingo when there's a team and they're like, you know, bouncing one player to the other to help them kill each other or whatever. So like that's like a term that comes from Melee, and it's like all this lingo I think makes more sense if you like watch multiple esports too.
Yeah,
they like borrow from each other too. So like, yeah, there's definitely a learning curve for sure.
It depends how involved you are with esports, man. It's like any sports. It's like watching football or basketball, right? Like if you watch esports, like whether you watch Call of Duty esports, Melee, Street Fighter, right? League of Legends, Dota, whatever esports you watch, after you watch it for such a long period of time, right? Like you come to a level of like common understanding where you can watch any esport league and somewhat still understand what's happening, right? And like understand how teams work and stuff like that. But like little specific call outs or like lingo, like you were saying, right? Like lingo or like terms and stuff like that is what you may have like issues with, right? Like I don't really have any interest with League of Legends. So anytime I will hear those things come up, I'll be like, what the fuck are they saying? You know, but it was a fun experience to watch nonetheless, you know? But listen, bro, I wanted to get moving here to our next topic because I would say out of everyone in our team, you're probably the biggest like sports fan, right? Like you're probably the biggest sports head, like the biggest, as you see, the Dallas Cowboys. Didn't you guys recently lose? Wasn't Siege giving you a bunch of shit?
We won.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I heard the Eagles beat you guys. I don't know.
Put it on the other screen. I don't know how to fix this.
Oh God. Man broke my screen and then like give me back my spot. Go back to your right.
Sorry, you're the CEO. Okay. My bad.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but listen,
I'm not
worthy.
To
get on this next topic because, like I said, I think you're like the biggest sports fan in the team. Maybe Damien is competing with you, and now Siege, I would say. At least as far as like people that care. I know Missy knows shit about sports too, but I don't think he gives a shit, to be honest. But have you seen the Kai Cenat draft thing that was happening this week, bro?
Brother. Okay, so
what was it like? My man went pro, bro.
It was like Friday or Thursday. I can't remember what day it was, but I'm over here. I think I was sipping on a beer at that point. And I'm over here just like casually just, you know, going through Twitch streams. And I see Kai Cenat's live. I'm like, oh, what's he up to today? Out of nowhere, I just see everyone like in suits, And some dude like fake Adam Silver, which is the commissioner of the NBA, just like what is going on, bro? Like this nigga's on stage calling out names and stuff, and kids are getting picked left and right. Kids. And I missed the first part of it because apparently Kai Cenat said he was going to go 3rd overall, and I guess he was the last pick.
Bro,
but out of nowhere, I'm watching this shit. And out of nowhere, Stephen A. Smith is on the screen. I'm like, Stephen A. Smith knows Kai Cenat? And he's like cooking Kai. He's like cooking it, bro, like the entire time. He's like, we know you can ball, but you ain't that ball player. You know, saying all this like shit like he always says. I'm just like, bro, what is going on?
Bro,
Crazy.
I was so hyped when I saw it because the first thing I saw was like Kai Cenat is going pro, you know, and then he dropped like this little trailer, which I wish I had, but I don't have the link to. But he dropped like a little trailer of like him announcing that he was going pro and all this shit in basketball, right? And a lot of people are like, "Oh shit, he wasn't joking, like he's serious about this shit." And then I see the stream, bro, and I see this shit from Drama Alert, like the little what's it called, the Little Elite or the Little Baller Association or some shit.
Yeah, it's I thought it was
Little Ballers Association draft.
I thought it was gonna be the Lit Basketball Association, but then I started to catch on. I'm like, oh, it's because he's short and like.
With the first overall,
dude,
wait, but hold on. Before we watch this real quick, I have a question. Maybe you know the answer to. Did he create this draft right to actually like support and help little kids get into like into the NBA or like learn basketball, all this shit, right? Like. And he just used himself being drafted as a marketing like campaign for this,
so.
Or is this motherfucker actually serious about this shit?
I think so.
I can see him being the owner of the New York Sky, team, and being an endorser for the whole league to like get young children to be involved with sports and have a path to the NBA, that type of shit.
I mean, whole families were there, and there was one pick where it was like the entire family was drafted.
Bro, they did this like a legit thing. This was like a legit production thing. It wasn't like
and they show like the screen of like them holding the basketball, and it's like the whole family's on the screen.
Select Rashad Lee.
Bro, you can hear Kai in the background.
You get LeBron.
He's like, we're good. We good.
There was a pick where it was like this tall black dude. And the announcer's like, there's no way he's 9 years old. I was like, what the fuck? Bro,
I believe this was the like the number 1 pick or whatever.
He's as tall as the microphone. Like he's as tall as the podium and the microphone, bro.
Are you talking about Kai Cenat?
No, this kid right here.
Oh,
this little child.
That's the same size as Kai Cenat, bro.
With the first overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft, the New York Sky.
Oh, this is like it's replaying, right?
Can you turn it up a little bit?
Rashad Lee.
Yeah, he was the number 1 pick. I don't know where the ball is.
Hey. You get LeBron.
That's the same.
LeBron.
Yeah, it's the same video. Yeah, that's
go to my, hold on. Go to my Twitter. Oh wait, let me see the links. It's gonna be.
Hold on, yeah, I'll just pull up the other links. I have other ones to pull up.
Well, because I took a video of the swamp monster and the Stephen A thing. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, you can pull that up. Yeah, man. No, there was a lot of funny moments, dude. There was actually a clip. I'll pull it up after your clip that you're pulling up. But there was another clip of him getting he got blocked by a 12-year-old dude.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. That was crazy. I fucking.
How do you get blocked by a 12-year-old dude? You're the same size as him.
All right, here's the Stephen A. Smith one.
Ah, shit, dude. And then yeah, there was another one. Do you see the one with the delivery guy?
Yeah, I saw that one.
There was a lot of funny moments on that shit, dude. Oh, you're not sharing with audio though.
I'm not.
No.
I clicked the thing. I thought.
Damn it, Craig.
Oh, I see what's going on here. There's like a specific one I got
about Kai specifically being the number 3 pick in the draft or lack thereof.
What's up, my man?
What's going on, everybody? Y'all know
This guy, bro.
today. Looking at Carson, I mean, I get you. You think you got a game. You thought you was going to be the number 3 overall pick, didn't you? You thought you were going to be number 3. I know you think you got a little J. You think you got a handle. You think you get to the hole anytime you want to. But it's about how you finish, not how you start, my brother. Did you see the defense keying up on you? Did you see them making you go to your left because they knew that you wanted to go to your right? Did you see that? Did you see them stepping back and forcing you to shoot a J? You suddenly didn't have at the most key pivotal moments when you were working out to get yourself to be a top 3 overall pick, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Now, does that mean you don't have a game? No. Does that mean you're going to have a failed career? No, it does not. What it does mean is that you weren't number 3 like you were saying you were going to be. Like the prognosticators.
This guy's such a fucking hater, dude.
Dude, he went off for like a good minute, 2 minutes, dude. Like it was
How much do
crazy.
you think they pay him for that, bro?
I don't know, man. But here's the other one. There's the
Back
SWAT
right now to
monster.
the commissioner for the next pick in the draft.
With the 9th overall pick in the 2024 LBA draft, the Dallas Giants select the Swamp Monster.
Wow. Man, this kid father is a legend.
Yeah.
Swamp Monster is an 8-year-old presence down low. He might be the biggest thing that has ever played
Why
in the
does this shit look
LBA.
like a Web3
My only
convention?
thing with him, I
It's
still
like a
feel
random
this young
dude
man
dressed
has a
up
lot
as a
of
spawn
development.
monster, you know?
Yes.
Like, I'm telling you,
This guy's pretty
Yeah,
tall.
it's starting to look like
That
Castaneda's
Shaq?
getting real frustrated now.
Oh, it looks like I might
Is that
be
fucking
fainting
Shaq
from
under
this.
that
I
thing,
think
bro?
he's
Like,
got to
what the hell
calm
is
down,
that?
stay calm, cool, and collected. The Swamp Monster, honestly, was a surprise pick, but he's a big guy with a big presence. He's not the most polished, not the best rebounder, but a big man.
I mean, this man has done streams from jail. He's like, what hasn't Kai done? I mean, honestly, he hasn't done the I Show Speed thing where he goes across the world, right? But like, he's a different type of content where he has like a whole production. Like he could,
Yeah.
I mean, he basically made a league for children. You know what I mean? Like it's insane, dude.
No,
But
dude,
he found
he's
a way to
definitely
make great
Tyson is
content over
definitely the big. He's definitely the biggest entertainer there is, bro. Like when it comes to content creation, because obviously, like Kevin Hart, like you could argue that he's way bigger, But like what I mean, like when it comes to video content creation on YouTube
Bigger.
or any platform, this man is definitely the biggest entertainer there is,
They're,
man.
they're
And
the same height. That's why I said whenever they did the streams together, it was like dad and son or uncle and nephew.
No fucking chance, dude. No, have you seen when they used to do the skit with his dad and his dad was like an actual midget, like Tyson at? That shit was so fucked up, dude.
He's like, "It's my dad. What you mean?"
Yeah, he
My
like picked him
pops.
up. He like picked him up and shit. No, man, yeah, I think he's like the biggest entertainer when it comes to content creation. I think he does so much just like out of his house, bro. I don't think he needs to go like do the whole world tour that I Show Speed's doing because he can literally do the same level of like engagement or like eyes and like views and shit straight up from his house. You get me? So
Yo, shout out to Lexi Rye for following on Twitch.
Yo, let's go. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I think we're closer to actually, I don't know if we hit affiliate already on the Catalyst account. I think we did.
We need one more follower.
One more. Guys, get us
We
there.
need one
Come
more
on. One
follower.
more follower over on Twitch. Somebody head over right now. Give us that follow so we can get affiliate.
Literally need one more follower.
Let's go. Let's go. Get us there, man. Get us there. Go hit that follow button
Damn.
real quick. Yo, but before we move from the Kaisenet thing, let me play this video of him getting blocked by a 12-year-old because this shit is funny as fuck, dude. I never seen a grown man get blocked by a fucking 12-year-old, dude.
That's crazy.
There we go. Inside, so he's rejected. Coming from the backside. Girl says hello.
Bro, he's barely taller than the kid. What
I
is
know,
this?
that's what I'm saying. The same size, bro.
Great reaction. Great timing to be able to not give up on
Oh my god, bro.
the monster block. And great defense.
Yo, the face he gave him standing up, bro.
Wow. That is insane, dude. I can't believe he got blocked.
Bro, he's so much.
You see the kid behind him flexing on him? You see the little kid flexing?
Yo, I'm
That's
fucking dead, bro.
crazy.
He's like, yo, let's go. Let's go, you a little bitch. Yo, it's funny as fuck. Oh shit, yeah, man, he got blocked by both here, bro.
Right there.
Number 16.
There we go.
Damn. Yeah, bro, that show's crazy. Funny shit, man. But props to Kaizenat for making a league, bro. Like I said, if he's actually did that shit like in a serious way where he's like actually helping this kids, like, be in the league and like continue playing basketball at a high skill level, then that's fucking amazing, dude. Like continue doing great shit. Especially I love that he's doing it for New York too. So keep it up, my brother. That's fucking dope. All right, man. Let's keep moving here through this topics real quick. Yo, before we get into the next like level of shit, because a lot of these topics are like not gaming related. I wanted to touch on X Defiance Season 2, bro, because this game has been fucking absolutely killing it with Season 2. I've been having a shit ton of fun, bro. I mean, there's so many amazing things that they did with the Season 2 updates. And I wanted to share the roadmap real quick, just so we can look at some of these updates and then see what's upcoming for Season 3 as well. But let me pull it up here real quick. And let us know in the chat if you guys have been playing X Defiant, man. There's so like I would say there's like a love-hate relationship around this title from most people in the community. A lot of people fuck with it. A lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it. I personally think it's an amazing game.
Uninstalled it.
Listen, bro. Listen. You literally did that just because of one faction.
Well, okay. I had to pick games to uninstall so I could play the Callisto Protocol, and that was one of them. So
the what?
The Callisto Protocol, the scary game from the makers of Dead Space.
Got it.
The Callisto Protocol.
Okay.
I like saying it. But yeah, I chose to delete that game because it was like a big ass game, and I didn't want to go through all the video files like I did last time, and it's like, which ones do I want to keep, which ones I gotta let go, because I'm running out of storage. We make too much content, bro.
We do, man. We do. Way too much content.
We have way too much. And guess what, chat? I have that whole play through. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I have 2 VODs that I'm going to upload to the CTV file or folders. So that'll be in there in some capacity, God willing.
Let's fucking go. Love it. Yo, but yeah, man. So for Season 2, let's look at some of the changes that they brought. So they brought a new faction called the Highwaymen, which is fucking amazing, dude. I have a little video that I want to show of like his ultimate. But this faction is super interesting. It's super overpowered. If you thought that the fire guy was overpowered, this guy's on another level. He has 2 little abilities that you can choose from. One is a turret, like a mini turret that you put down. The other one is like a mini grenade launcher type of thing, where that one kind of sucks in my opinion. I don't like using it that much, but if you're a grenade launcher type of guy, you can use that. The other thing that it has, which is a new thing that most abilities don't have, like most factions don't have, is that it has a passive ability. And the passive is that it basically increases your time to kill, your fire rate, for every kill that you get after your passive is maxed out. So essentially you have like it looks like a little car engine thing, like the little ref like meter. So that keeps going up as you're getting killed. And I think it's after 3 kills, it says max on the side. And every kill that you get after that is increasing your fire rate for every kill that you get by a percentage, which is fucking insane because, like I said, bro, if you're playing with like something like an AR or a submachine gun, even with the sniper, and you get that passive, like it's crazy how quickly you kill people.
I do like the quality of life improvement, the mantling. I think that does need a little bit of work. And footstep audio.
Yes. I
don't think I've ever noticed the footstep audio.
Dude, the footstep audios were a big issue that a lot of people were complaining about. Half of the times you could hear them, half of the times you couldn't hear them, half of the times you could hear your teammates' footsteps way louder than the enemy ones. So I'm glad they look into that. Top 500 leaderboards. A lot of people were asking for more progression and like updates with the neck coding and stuff like that. So they're actively working on that and implementing new shit. They did new rank loadouts, which is awesome. I'm glad they did rank loadouts because up to this point, you could just use the same loadouts you were using in pubs. And in my opinion, when you're playing rank, you definitely need certain things that are like under gentleman agreements, right? Like where it's like either banned on rank plate or you can use that certain level of attachment because it makes the gun too OP, certain shit like that, right? Like, so I'm glad they made like rank loadouts. They made also rank map voting, which is great because now players are able to like veto essentially like the choices and kind of like vote on what map they want to play. For player progression, they put event challenges, objectives, progress weapon SP, improved battle pass progression speed, new weapon mastery skin, which is fucking awesome. So that's currently what I'm working for right now. The new weapon mastery skin. Essentially, you need to get the gun that you want your mastery skin on to level 500. Then you need to get 2 ARs to level 400, 2 submachine guns to level 400, 2 snipers to 400.
How long does that take?
It shouldn't take too long, man. Like if you're someone like me that's been grinding for mastery camos already, like I have most of my guns at 400 already. Like I cross all classes. I mean, yeah,
do you know like how much playtime you have?
Fuck, like close to 300 hours.
Oh shit,
like 350, I think. Actually,
I don't think I've touched 50.
Oh no, dude, I have well over like 200. Like I think I'm either at 300 right now or like close to 350, one of the two. But I like I said, man, I play Xify every single day. Like I'm playing that game every single day. But anyways, they also brought 3 new weapons, 3 new maps, and my favorite game mode of all time, S&D, baby. They finally brought S&D into Xify, and it's actually a lot of fucking fun because one of the things that Xify did the best, in my opinion, is map design. They did a phenomenal job with map designs and like spawn placements. And if you look at like basically almost every map that's under the S&D playlist, the locations of the bomb sites, like the movement of spawns, everything, bro, it works so well. So been having a ton of fun with S&D. Definitely probably my favorite game mode of all times across FPS. So super happy that they have it.
So the private matches, are they live yet?
So it said beta private match, but that was a feature that didn't come with this original update. I'm not sure if they're having like a hot fix update, maybe like halfway through the season, where they're going to implement the beta for private matches. But it's not out right now. It's not out right now.
Are you sure? Like maybe you have to opt in or like be like with Valorant beta, like that's
it could be
different level.
It could be only for like creators that they're working on maybe right now on their beta. But the good news is that private matches is set to come out for season 3. So whether we get it on this season on a beta mode and limited people are able to try it or not, it's okay because we're gonna get it in season 3 regardless. And I feel like once they have private matches, bro, that's gonna be one of the biggest like tools that is missing right now, inside XFIM, because that's gonna allow people to do like 1v1s. It's gonna allow people to like, just like talk a lot more shit and like kind of like settle the dispute over like a friendly 1v1 or some shit like that, So I'm excited for that. But looking at season 3, I would say the biggest thing that stands out for me in season 3, obviously aside from the private match, is that they're implementing a prestige mode, which I think is really cool. Because again, talking about player progression and having things to work for.
It's a trap. Don't do it.
It's a trap? Nah, man. Prestige mode is the way to go. What? You're crazy, man. I used to love prestiging in Call of Duty. I don't know about you, but like I used to love getting.
It's a scam. You lose everything, man.
No, you don't, because if you're smart, you will unlock your prestige token and spend it on unlocking your classes as like permanent unlocks.
The one time I did it, all my guns were gone and I had to start over. It's like all my apes are gone, bro. All my apes are gone.
This man doesn't know enough about the culture, man. You were supposed to use your prestige tokens to unlock classes.
I don't remember which Call of Duty. I think it was
now early Call of Duties. You would just lose it all. But I would say after Black Ops 1, they started putting the prestige tokens. So like after you prestige, you have 3 choices. You could either restart from the beginning, you can unlock a class permanently, or you could like. I forgot what the third choice was, but yeah.
it was Modern Warfare 2. I remember now.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2, you just wipe and start from the beginning.
Yeah, and I was like, this is a fucking scam, dude. Never again.
It's not a scam, bro. You got to get that calling card at the end, man. The Master Prestige calling card. That's what you're working for.
I ain't got to do shit, all right? I worked hard for all this shit, and now they want me to start over?
Work hard.
That's like big time, bro.
It's okay, bro. You never own those assets either way. So
all my apes are gone.
But yeah, that's definitely one of the things that's standing out to me that's coming in season 3. And then replay, bro. They're bringing back kill camps, which I think is fucking
Ooh,
phenomenal.
wait. Can they do that?
Phenomenal. Yes.
I thought that was a patent technology with Activision.
No.
I swear to God,
Activision doesn't even have. I don't even think they have kill camps anymore.
Maybe they left. They definitely had a patent at something. You can lose patents, but they definitely had a patent for like the old ones, and no one else was able to like make a kill cam.
There's games that have kill cams.
Well, not in that way though.
Oh, like okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying it's gonna be the kill cam from Call of Duty, but they are bringing a kill cam, which I think is great because I love seeing who killed me, or like, you know, if I died to something or whatever, like how did it happen? You get me? Like, so I think it's a little cool feature that any game should have, basically, you know. Improve first time user experience, rank rejoin, and rank sanctions. I think rank sanctions are definitely a need. I would have brought that out in season 2, honestly. Because right now people can just leave the rank matches and it fucking blows, you know. But yeah. Season 4 looks like they're bringing more weapons, new factions. It says major event takeover. I don't know what that means, but sounds really fucking cool.
Oh, wait. Are they gonna do like a Fortnite thing?
Maybe, but it says major event takeover. So I feel like it's a major event that's already occurring and they're taking over. Like, you know, like maybe like the I don't know. I really don't know what it could be.
Do you think that this game would ever have a metaverse type environment for people to just roam in?
Nah.
No, because a lot of games are like a lot of fighting games are doing it.
Like a VR? Or like you mean like a headquarters type of thing where it's just like a hangout.
Just a hangout spot to like link up with other players.
Nah, I don't think they'll I don't think they'll do it. I don't think that's like the premise for this game.
Fair enough.
But I mean, I don't know. Could be. Like, I don't know if that's within their plan. I know Call of Duty did it with World War II. They used to have like this headquarter thing where you could like just be roaming around like the trench headquarters, right? And you would see all the players, and then that's where you would open like your crates and stuff, like your supply crates. So like people could watch you like opening your crates and stuff. I thought that was the best feature in that game. Literally, that was the best part about the whole entire game. World War II sucked completely, except for the fact that they implemented that new little headquarter thing. And that was the only Call of Duty to ever do that. Like after that, they didn't do it again. So I don't know. Maybe it didn't hit the way it was supposed to or something. But yeah, man, Xafine is absolutely cooking for season 2, and all the other seasons are upcoming. I wanted to play a couple of videos here that I saw, and one of them was I saw Face Jeff. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's one of the OG members of Face Clan. Old school like trick shotter from Call of Duty's, super funny creator. He is known for like having like the best rage quits of all times, basically,
bro.
But this is the guy that I'm always making fun of, where he made that video where he's like literally in the Face House, New York, and
I misread his name.
Oh no, Face Jeff. Yeah,
I saw something else.
What do you saw?
Face Jew.
Because of the W at the end.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Oh, okay.
No,
chat disclaimer: I haven't slept since yesterday, so.
But this guy made a funny ass video back in the day, bro, where they were in the New York Face House, and the whole video is him coming into the screen and he's acting like he's making like a YouTube video. So he's like doing his intro, all that type of shit. You know, it's really funny. All right, but let's watch this.
I really do love this game.
What?
He
came into the stream. Into the screen.
He said he was coming into the. Go ahead.
Hey,
I have to do the Mizzy humor.
At some point in the future, like really, truly dies, like they shut down the servers or whatever.
Oh, let's start that over.
I really do love this game. If this game dies at some point in the future, like really, truly dies, like they shut down the servers or whatever it may be, this is going to be one of those games where I look back on it and just, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to blame a lot of people's bad faith. It is a fun-ass game. If you are an OG Call of Duty fan, you should love this game. Gunplay feels good. Movement feels good. Abilities, some people can feel some type of way about them, but they don't turn me on or off about the game. They're updating the game consistently. They're ethical in the way that they're doing everything, and they're not really being rewarded for it. It's, It's a shame. I'll be honest as well. Getting back on this game, I was expecting to have a worse time. I had a way better time than I was expecting. But yeah, check out X Defiant. There's really no reason not to check out X Defiant other than, I don't know, being made fun of by your friends or something like that because they made you feel like it was lame or some shit. It's free to play. Nothing is coming out of your pocket. There's pretty much no reason to not play it unless you have something else to play. It's a good game.
Let's go, Jeff. All right. X Defiant, sponsor me and Jeff. All right. We love your game. We're constantly talking good about it. Listen, I just don't know why people hate on it so much, bro.
They're threatened. I can tell you why.
I feel like I feel like that is why.
It's the same reason why Bitcoin people hate XRP. You guys see us as a threat. And guess what? We're just different. We're doing something different. Don't worry about it. Love your Bitcoin, love your Call of Duty. It's different than X Defiant. X Defiant has abilities and shit. X Defiant is like rooted in the lore of Ubisoft stuff. There's no Call of Duty reference at all besides the gun-on-gun play. And that's not even a Call of Duty thing. Because guess what? Counter-Strike did it first. Call of Duty. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Counter-Strike did it first, and they did it better. Call of Duty, you came second fiddle. I'm sorry. Counter-Strike has always been better. I said it.
I don't know about that, but listen, I'll let you cook. I just don't think there's any reason to compare the gameplay between the two games. Yeah, I mean, they're completely different.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, if you're comparing product, right? I don't know how anybody that's using Call of Duty right now could say it's a better product than X Defiant. X Defiant is a free-to-play product, all right? Constantly being updated, constantly being hearing the community and what they want and implementing those things, right? Constantly making improvement to things that matter within the game, right? Like net coding, spawns, weapon balancing, right? All those 4 things that I just mentioned, none of those things Activision is currently doing with Call of Duty. So that is enough for me to say it's a better product at the moment than Call of Duty. You know, what do Call of Duty players have over X Defiant currently? Maybe Warzone, right? Like I said on last week's episode, a lot of people that are Call of Duty, quote unquote, Call of Duty fans nowadays are fan of Warzone. They're not a fan of Call of Duty multiplayer, right? So right there, you can't compare Warzone to X Defiant. X Defiant is not a BR fucking game. You get me?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, bro. I find that really weird, and I find the hate like really weird. I do think it comes from a jealousy standpoint, like you're saying. You get me? And like a threatened standpoint, where they're like feeling like, I don't know, X Defiant is gonna wipe out Call of Duty, and nobody's gonna care about Call of Duty ever again, which is impossible. I feel like it doesn't matter how bad Call of Duty is, bro. It's gotten to a level where Call of Duty is always going to be a game that's popular and it's always going to be around. Like, I don't think Call of Duty is going to die, quote unquote, anytime soon. You get me?
I agree.
So it is what it is, but I don't know. I'm not going to talk shit about X Defiant. I think it's a fantastic game. I think a lot more people should be playing it. It's a free-to-play game, so there's nothing to lose literally when you're playing it. And like I said, bro, they're constantly hearing the communities, which is what people literally are complaining about FPS all the time and shooters, right? That these big companies don't listen to them. Now you have a company and a developing team that's actually listening to what you want and is trying to cater to everything that you're asking for. And constantly they're being like dealing with banter from the public. You get me? About like opinions that are really not factual. It's just all opinion. You get me? It's not nothing factual. It's not like people are pulling metrics or like actually going over numbers and shit like that. It's all opinion based. You know what I mean? It's just people saying like, oh, this is supposed to be the Call of Duty killer. What a piece of shit, you know? Like that's literally what it is, bro. And it's really annoying to see that from like a gaming community, you know? But
so true.
Anyways, I wanted to bring this up real quick. I wanted to show you. I don't know if you've seen it yet, since you don't play often. But the new faction, bro, the ultimate that it has is fucking insane. Now, this video is coming from Nat Blink Truth or Anthony. If you guys seen that creator, he's like an OG Call of Duty creator as well. It's been around since like Call of Duty 4, but he's currently playing X Defiant.
Destructo disc.
Bro, so the discs bounce, they ricochet from the walls and they go crazy. Do you see them bouncing? It's so crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's banned.
So a lot of people, like he did right here, are spawn trapping with it, right? And they're just like spraying the whole clip of this into the spawn because they know it's gonna bounce around. And dude, I've seen clips of people just wiping out an entire team on spawn with that thing.
That needs to be nerfed.
It's most likely going to be nerfed, bro. It's
Yeah.
like literally, it's literally a brand new faction. I definitely see it getting nerfed very soon.
See, the only concern I have for like this game, and we can leave it at that after this. The only concern I have for this game is that whenever they do like these new feature things, whenever players find a way to abuse it, they're gonna like abuse the fuck out of it, and new players are gonna get turned off instantly. And that's my only concern. Is like they are kind of building in public if you think about it. The game isn't like fully developed. They're constantly coming out with features, which is good. They're updating it a lot. They listen to the community, but a lot of new players probably. And again, I'm not comparing Call of Duty to this, but I think a lot of reason why people will go back to Call of Duty for the time being, and then they'll come back to X-Defiant when they're sick of Call of Duty. I think they're going to bounce between both, is because all these new players will hate all these new changes because they're not going to be balanced from the get-go. And then then the game will be more balanced in a year or so. And you kind of had that effect with Valorant too, because like Valorant had a lot of broken shit. People ran away from it. And then now when characters come out, characters are pretty much balanced, and all the patches they do for balancing, they're not bad. Like they do balance the game. Yeah, they hurt my girl Jet, but everything that they've done to the game, it still feels like Valorant to me, and it feels way more balanced. And like they do listen to their community a lot too. Like people will bitch and complain about stuff that's broken. But all I'm saying is like, I hope that whenever they come out with new things, I hope they do a little bit more testing when they get more time to do that stuff. That way people aren't instantly turned off by stuff like that. Because like you see a clip like that and you're like, I haven't played X-Fight in a while. What's going on with that? And you're like, all right, well, I have to play that because if I don't play that, I'm going to get caught up with those fucking discs because that looked very overpowered. So
yeah, like I said, I feel like when you're playing with abilities, right? Any ability can become overpowered if used at the right time, True. And that's what happened there. It's like one of those instances. If you shoot into the spawn at the right time like that, you're gonna get a lot of kills. But I haven't had any issues in game of trying to avoid those things coming at me, So it's not like you constantly like it's an automatic death. And what I do like about X-Defiant is that they made it very balanced in the term of like when people are using the ultimate, you can still gun them down pretty quickly. You get me? So like, if you're coming at me with that fucking this shit, I'm gonna shoot a whole clip into your face. You get me? And I'm gonna get you off. Even if we trade, you get me? At least I helped out my team by getting you off your ult, and now you're not causing any more damages. You get me? Like shit like that. I do agree with you though, but I do think like the new meta of free to play games is these games are not meant to be ever completed, right? The whole purpose of these games are to be constantly being updated so that you don't need a new game next year. It's like look at Fortnite, right? Like that's Fortnite literally started that trend of like we're never going to create a new game. This is literally the game we have and we're just going to continuously update it and make it better. Look at WoW, look at CS:GO, right? These are games that have perfected this meta of like we don't need to create a new product. We just need to perfect our product. And the only way to do that, there's going to be bumps along the way, but the only way to do that is to continuously add content to it, right? And let that content assist and use the data that we collect, right? Like from feedback from the community, from high school players, all that shit to balance all that content that we're producing, right? And that's how the games become successful, bro. Because at the end of the day, you're never going to know what needs to be balanced or not if people are not using it, right? So in my opinion, I'm more of a fan of games putting out the content first and bringing it into the ecosystem then figuring out what needs to be balanced, what needs to be nerfed, because that's like that's always a possibility. Like that's what you have a dev team for,
I guess the last thing I said last thing, right? But the last thing I'll say is that since it's a free to play game, you can kind of do that type of shit.
Yeah,
because if you have like this $60 price tag like Call of Duty has, you have a very limited window with what you can do with it. So they have to put all their effort into it up front. And then it's like, well, this is what we did. You don't like it, play the other Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's kind of how it is.
Wait till next year.
Yeah.
And that's the culture behind Call of Duty. It's like wait till next year.
Yeah.
You'll get a better game, maybe.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, let's move on, man. Let's move on. X-Defiant, keep doing your shit. Keep cooking it up, baby. I'm enjoying it. I have a sweet sniping montage coming out for you guys later. In October, I've heard, according to the editors.
Are you gonna show a teaser on stream, or are you gonna show it later?
Should I?
I mean, if you want,
let's do it. Let's show.
Got some people chilling in the chat.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's show the people a little something, something. You know.
I keep hinting at the
Oh,
the thing.
hold on.
Man.
Hold on, man.
Man, oh man, oh man. Can we get XRP to just keep pumping? Like, keep going, bro. Why are you stopping at 65 cents? God damn.
In the words of Sinjin, pump it up, baby. Pump it up.
Don't you know?
I
Pump it up.
I joined
You
a
got to pump it up.
I joined like a random space. I think it was actually not a random space. I think it was gamified with Sam, and he was in there Sinjin, and I don't know what topic was at hand, but that's how he started his introduction. He started like him singing that song, and I was like, "What the heck is going on, dude?" All right, let's hear this. Let's see this little something, little preview, real quick. All right, guys. So if you don't know, I'm doing a little montage series with Xifying called Enter the Void, and this is gonna be the one upcoming for October.
Oh, we can't hear it.
Should we can't hear it?
Mm-mm.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, it's okay.
It's okay. Y'all hear it when it comes out.
Yep. I'm not gonna show the whole trailer either. I'm just gonna show a little part of it.
Man, StreamYard is just struggling to keep up. Damn.
The what?
StreamYard is struggling to keep up right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fortunately. Are you showing too much? Got it. He said, "I'm not going to show the whole trailer."
Yeah. Let's stop there, man. Let's stop there. All right. Sorry, I got into it, man. I got into it. I was like, oh shit, wait, this is actually sick. But
like,
no,
wait, I
yeah.
haven't seen this before.
No, you guys get to see a little bit more of that. I'm actually gonna be dropping that trailer later today, so just be on the lookout. If you want to see the whole thing. But yeah, that little montage is gonna be coming out later in October. I've been having a ton of fun playing Xifying, obviously. But let's keep going, man. We have a shit ton more topics to go through real quick. Mr. Beast is getting sued again, brother. How do you feel about that?
Let me. I don't know what the lawsuit is about, but
I'll give you a little rundown.
Yeah.
For anybody that's new listening to. So essentially, Mr. Beast has done this. I don't even think it's aired yet, but they recorded this series called The Beast Games, and it's a series that he did with Amazon, and it's set to come out, I believe, either later this year or early in 2025. But essentially, it was like kind of like a Hunger Games, not Hunger Games, sorry, like what was that fucking stupid show that came out where people die if you lost the game or whatever?
Oh, Squid Game.
Squid Game.
Yeah.
So he had done something similar already to Squid Game. He did a new show with I believe 1,000 people, right, called Beast Games, but it essentially is something similar to Squid Game, right? And this lawsuit has been going for a while, but people have been suing him because they said that during the whole production thing, they were subdued to like sexual harassment, really poor work environment, you get me, like poor like food options, poor like medical care for people that were in need, physical and mental what's it called, abuse, you get me. So a lot of serious allegations in this lawsuit, but it's all from basically people saying that they were sold this idea of what this show was going to be, and when they went there and they were doing the production, it was completely different, and it was very inhumane, essentially, is what they're saying.
Inhumane is crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna read to some of the allegations here in the article that they were going over with, but a lot of it is also from like the female contestants saying like they were, the behavior that they were subdued to and like the way they were treated was definitely not okay, and it was borderline like sexual harassment, essentially. So
oh boy.
Again, a lot of serious allegations. I think the biggest thing too is that it's not just Mr. Beast getting sued, but also Amazon is getting sued in this lawsuit. So it's both of them. Now, where is this gonna go? If I'm being completely honest, after reading through the article and stuff, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I think these people that are like suing them have very low probability of winning this lawsuit. I mean, you have Amazon and Mr. Beast. I'm sure they have the best lawyers that you can fucking afford. You get me? If they do end up paying anything, it's probably gonna be a very low amount just to keep the people quiet and brush this thing under the rug type of thing. And we're probably not even gonna find out if they do end up paying anything. But I don't see this being like a lawsuit that goes out of the water, or like being a big thing. I think this is gonna be over pretty quickly, just because of the level of legal representation that these people have.
I would,
But yeah, like give your thoughts and
I
then I'll
would be
pull up this
willing to,
article.
I would be willing to bet. Look, he's been under a lot of scrutiny. Amazon has, I don't know, man. Like, there's two things that I think could happen. The first scenario, they throw the case out, right? They say it's all bullshit. I can prove it. Boom, case is out. The other scenario is there's some truth to this, and they're going to settle. And I think that's like the least likely thing to happen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the legal representation of the 5 people that are suing them is, right? Like, it could be like settled, like you're saying, right? Like, but like I said, I don't think the public is ever gonna find out if it is settled and what that amount is, right? Unless they look into like the actual like lawsuit, like file code, like all that shit, right? Like, and they actually look into like the settlement side of things. But I don't know. I just feel like, first of all, the 5 people, they want to remain anonymous, right? Like, they don't want to, which to me, you're already setting yourself kind of for failure, right?
Yeah, that's kind of
in a lawsuit because you're not gonna convince people. Now, when I was reading this initially, I thought, I'm like, oh, here we go. There's another case of people just saying some crazy shit to try to get more money out of something, out of a contract that they probably didn't read correctly and they sign, and now they're fucked. You get me? But and I thought that was the case because that's usually the case, right? For like this type of game show videos, ideas, right? It's like you're usually giving a disclaimer and they tell you what it is, right? And it's like Fear Factor, right? Like, there's a lot of fucked up shit that happened in Fear Factor. I don't see anybody fucking trying to sue Joe Rogan over it, right? Because they signed disclaimer and they knew exactly what they were going for, right? Like, hey, there's a chance you're gonna have to drink a fucking cockroach slushy, like, sorry if you're not cool with that, but if you want $1 million, that's what you got to do, that type of shit, right? Like, that's what I thought was the case here. But then as I kept reading, there's a section here that I'm gonna find where the lawyer from like the people that are like suing Mr. Beast talks about a certain part. Okay, right here. It says, while participants knew upon signing the contract at the production's inception that they were facing a potentially long and challenging competition, they alleged getting a lot more than they bargained for. Attorneys for the anonymous Beast Games contestants said in a statement about the lawsuit. Several contestants ending up hospitalized, while others reported suffering from physical and mental complications while being subjected to chronic mistreatment, degradation, and for the female contestant, hostile working conditions. According to the lawsuit, Beast Game participants were deprived of medical care, food, sleep, and the necessity of basic hygiene. Portions of the lawsuit is redacted, including some of the details involving the sexual harassment allegations. The plaintiffs have filed these actions using synonyms and applying conservative redactions that limit public viewing in a good faith effort to comply with the defendant's overboard confidentiality provision. So it looks like they remain anonymous because they signed some type of NDA or some confidentiality agreement that doesn't allow them to use their name, I guess. But that's not the part I was looking for. There's another part here. Bro, there's a part here.
Wait. Go back up.
Oh, yeah. The employee handbook part is, because it says that each of the contestants were given a handbook for how to succeed in Mr. Beast's production. And the employee handbook included a part that said, if talent wants to draw a dick on the whiteboard in the video or do something stupid, let them. Really do everything you can to empower the boys when filming and help them make content. Help them be idiots. Now, this can be taken out of context, right?
True.
One of the things is that I don't think this is necessarily Mr. Beast at full. This could have been a handbook that was written very early on and it was never updated. So this is the fault for his team, if anything, for not updating this to be more professional. But when I read that line, to me, I took it as Mr. Beast is saying, let the boys be like as organic as possible. Let them be, like who they are on camera, and let's not try to like script it. You get me? But again, it could be taken out of context. But that's not the part I'm looking for. There's another part that the lawyer basically explains that. Oh, right here. Participants enter into contracts and they were promised compensation for their services. Their expectations of compensation, along with them being consistently under the control and supervision of the production staff, makes them employees under California law. As such, they were entitled to and denied certain protections. And when you add the extreme neglect, degradation, harassment, and inhuman conditions, it's quite simple a massive dereliction of duty for which the defendant must and will not be held accountable. Like basically, where this is a big fuck up from Mr. Beast and Amazon is that they make people employees. And if you made them employees versus independent contractors, for example, when you make somebody an employee under contract, they are entitled to certain benefits and certain working conditions from a humanitarian standpoint that you cannot break, and that's based on state by state according to their law. You get me? And California being one of those states, I feel like that's the strongest case they have here. You get me? Where they could, like you said, settle in some type of money or whatever. You get me?
This is a really tricky case.
Yeah, this is, I don't know, man. I'm not a lawyer, obviously, but
NDAs are involved, and the burden of proof is on the people who can't prove because of the NDA.
Yeah, like I don't even know how their lawyers going around that. You know,
so they're alleging they're not getting paid. You can prove that, I guess, if there's a written statement. But you're also alleging of the harassment, the physical abuse, the mental abuse. I've seen videos of girls hitting themselves with hammers. I'm not saying they're doing that, but what if they know that these people are like kind of like weird? They're like, why don't we just try and get money from these dudes? And that happens all the time. So,
oh yeah, for sure. And I don't think the lawsuit is about them not getting paid. I think they did get paid. I think the lawsuit is them like saying like, this is not what we signed up for, and you didn't pay us enough. You get what I'm saying? To go through this treatment that we went through. You get me? I don't know, man. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. Me personally, I think it's not gonna be a big deal to Mr. Beast or Amazon. You know, I think this is just something. If they do settle, it's gonna be settling for like a chunk of money that's not gonna make a difference to them. You know, or two, it's just gonna, like I said, it's gonna be under the rug. You get me? Dust under the rug type of shit, and we're never gonna hear about this again. And it's just we're gonna move on. You know.
I think settlement is the best way to get this to go away if the dismissal of the case fails. But they're kind of, I don't know law per se, but my opinion is if you have an NDA, it's really hard to get around that. You signed the NDA, you know what I mean? So like they could countersue and say you are defamation. Like this is defamation of character. On the brand of Amazon and Mr. Beast and his employees or whatever.
Like I said, if I was on Mr. Beast and Amazon's side and I knew I had that the contract wasn't broken, essentially, I would just release the original contract. And no matter how fucked up it is or whatever, if you agree to that contract and you read through it, and on top of that you sign an NDA about that contract, now you're completely it's completely fucked. Like
that's why it's let this be a lesson to all you people watching. When you sign contracts, if you don't understand it, don't sign it. And if you need help understanding it, get
yourself a lawyer, my friends. Get yourself a CPA, something that can help you with those things if you have no knowledge of how to go through a contract and understand everything. Also, most contracts are extremely long and they're written with verbiage that are not straightforward to how they're screwing you over, you know? So just like I said, if you're not constantly reading contracts or you have experience reading through contracts, just get yourself a CPA. It can be a one-time thing, or if you're constantly going through contracts or signing contracts, just get a CPA, bro. It's worth the money to not get screwed over and then lose even more money or lose your freedom to do your creative work or whatever, you know? So definitely be careful with contracts, man. There's a lot of malicious people out there. Yeah,
this is why contracts are
when I write contracts for Catalyst, they're very straightforward and very straight to the point, and you're not gonna receive a fucking 50-page contract from me, bro. You're gonna we don't have anything to hide here, you get me? And we're not trying to fucking take shit away from people, so be very careful with contracts, guys. I know it sometimes is we get diamonds in our eyes with the digit that's being thrown out there, but
Yeah.
it's how you get those digits that matter. You get me?
It's called
Listen,
CYA. Cover
listen,
your ass.
a great show to watch. Watch Wu-Tang, the American Saga. All right. In the first season, when they're going into their contracts with Interscopes and like Elektra and all this studios, you get me? Rissa does a great job at explaining like what those contracts are entailing, and why he didn't sign it, and like how much IP rights they would have lost if they would have signed those contracts back in those days, and we wouldn't have had the great music that we have today from Wu-Tang probably.
Sursky said that was a great show.
That I love that show, bro. Wu-Tang: The American Saga is a fantastic show. So speaking of lawsuits, Nintendo is giving the big fuck you to Palworld, and they're saying, bitch, you're gonna we talked about this a little bit on the last episode, I feel, but they were like, bitch, you're gonna copy us, you're gonna copy our design and our the way monsters look and shit. We're gonna sue you like we do to everyone else that tries to fuck with Nintendo. You get me? But the interesting topic that I wanted to bring up today, and I wanted to get your opinion on, is Palworld just announced that they're moving to PS5. And they also, I believe, are already in the game store for Xbox, like under the Xbox Pass or whatever, the Games Pass. So does this changes anything for that? Like, does this lawsuit put a halt on that? Was it like a little bit of a premature announcement to announce that and then get a fucking suit from Nintendo?
Do we know where the suit is coming from? Is it like North America, Europe? Is this Japan?
Let me do a little reading here.
Oh, it said U.S. lawsuit right there.
Oh yeah.
Because I want to know, like, are they trying to get it banned in the U.S. or are they trying to get it banned everywhere?
I think when Nintendo sues somebody, it's just like an IP infringement suit. So it's just you can't use this at all. You have to change your whole design.
China does not give a fuck about IP, and nobody goes after them. So that's what I'm asking. Like, if it was made in China, they couldn't do nothing about it, right?
Well, are you asking if Palworld was made in China? You mean?
I'm saying so. Like, China does copyright infringement left, right, and center. And so if Palworld came out of China, could they even be sued at all? Like, I understand, like, okay, pulling it from the shelves, you go after the retailers, something like that, or going after Steam, wherever it's like, wherever it is set up.
Bro, this is not a matter of like whether your country or your regulations in your country care about IP design. This is a patent infringement, IP infringement lawsuit. Yeah, I mean, it's basically Nintendo saying, like, you're copying our design, like you're copying our formula that is patented. You get me? And you're fucking using it in a product that you're selling. You get me? So that's the part where I feel like Nintendo is stepping in. They don't give a fuck if it's coming from China, Russia.
Well, I'm asking is like the patent in the US is infringed.
I think it's a patent worldwide. I don't think it's just US nation. I think it's worldwide. Like Nintendo, I don't think Nintendo will play around with that. I think that if they were to get a patent for their IP, it would just be a worldwide, like an international patent, basically.
Because theoretically, you could still make Palworld in China, and you couldn't touch China because China doesn't have like.
That's if Nintendo was a US company, but Nintendo is not a US company. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't that even like? Could they even do anything if like there's no laws that? Like, I don't believe China has like these patent things. I think China
they do, bro.
Really?
Yeah. China being one of the biggest manufacturers of the world, I definitely think they have shit patent. I don't think they would want other people doing the shit that they're doing. I don't know. But let's read. I don't know. Maybe we can read something here real quick. After Palworld's huge launch early this year on PC and Xbox, comparisons were made between Palworld's, Paul's, and Pokemon's, with some accusing Pocket Pair of ripping off Pokemon designs. But rather than file a copyright infringement lawsuit, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company have gone down the patent route.
I can't even tell the difference between those two. Like, which one is the Pokemon and which one's the patent?
Some of these are really bad. This is Pokemon right here. And that's Palworld. Some of these are really bad. If we want to go through some of these images, like this one is not that bad. I mean, what the fuck is that shit right here? I don't even know. But some of these are really bad, bro. Like, that is really bad. That Fox shit and this, bro.
But why is Charmander there? That look like Charmander.
Because of the tail. No, because of the tail fire thing. Like the fire on it.
Oh, just the tip. I got it.
Yeah. This one is pretty bad too. That literally looks like an evolution of Piplup.
Yeah, it's just say.
Yeah.
How do you know the name?
Because I know Pokemon, bro.
Oh, it says it on the screen. You cheater.
No, it says Pengulet.
I thought you said Piplup.
Piplup is the Pokemon one right here.
Yeah, it says it on the screen. Like you look
Where?
right here. Pokemon Piplup.
I didn't even see that. I don't even
The
know.
little paragraph to the right. The little paragraph. The paragraph.
Oh, I didn't even read that,
Yeah.
bro. I didn't even read that. Okay.
Okay.
Snorlax. I mean, the face
That's
is
a
literally
fucking
the
cow.
The face is literally the same though.
No, but the teeth is upward and now it's downward. That's different.
Bro, the eyes.
Okay, they both look creepy.
Bro, some of these are so bad. I don't know what the fuck that is. But it's just the design, bro. Like, why? Why do you have to make a crown that looks so similar? You know?
Yeah.
Like, come on,
right
bro.
on the money.
Come
That's right on the
bro.
money.
Come on, bro.
That is a little too
You're
obvious.
you're not even trying. You know?
That's different.
Like, you're
Okay,
not even
that's
trying.
That's different. That's sort of different.
Yo, this one was the worst one in my opinion.
That's like
It's
Timu. That's like Timu Lucario.
It literally looks like he's wearing a skin. And he's
That's
just
like the
yeah,
That's a Timu version, bro.
I'm just gonna wear a skin, bro. I'm the Egyptian Lucario.
Look, Nintendo
Anyways.
has a very strong case, and I think they're going to destroy these people. I don't think they have a chance in hell. I think it's over.
Yeah, man. I feel like once you've gone under the scope of Nintendo, you're pretty much fucked.
But in the meantime, they could release in China. I'm just saying.
In the meantime, they're gonna release in PS5 coming soon to your. Also, I wanted to ask this: does PS5 have free to play games? Like, do they have a like pass like the Xbox do? Like, you know, the Game Pass?
Oh no, they don't have that. But I don't know if they still do this, but I'm pretty sure they do. So you get like 2 games, kind of like what Epic Games does. You get like 2 games free every month or every 2 weeks or so. That's part of the PlayStation Plus package. And I think they upped it because now they put like new and old games. They kind of like do a mix of PS4 and sometimes PS5. But as far as like a whole subscription model, that used to have PlayStation Now, but I think they discontinued it. Quick story about that. There was 2 cloud-based service gameplay games, game services, Gaikai and OnLive. OnLive was its own platform. Gaikai was just a demo platform. And so Sony was going to buy OnLive and incorporate them. And the OnLive folks, because I was actually affiliated with OnLive, I was a streamer for their channel. The OnLive folks wanted hella money because they thought they were the hot shit. They had like a pretty decent community. So they're like, we have the best community. We're hot shit. Like, we have a console that you can connect to your TV. And they got laughed out of the room. And then Gaikai were like, we'll take whatever you want. And Gaikai got bought. And so that became PlayStation Now. So Gaikai was powering that technology. OnLive ceased to exist like 2 years later. Well, actually, they had to sell the company. And then the person that bought it. Yeah. The person that bought it did a terrible job trying to get it back up and running. And that was it. It was dead.
Mr. was like, we got Ninja. Yeah. And then they disappear. I was like, oh shit, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know where this is gonna go. I personally could care less about Palworld. I think it's one of those games that I maybe touched for like a day, and I was like, yeah, this is not for me.
I would have touched it. Whoa, pause.
Whoa,
I would have touched the game.
What are you doing? What are you doing to those fairies, bro? What are you doing?
I would have touched the game longer, but you wouldn't give us the Catalyst server, bro. I kept asking. You're like, oh yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. You never did it.
Brother, that's because I didn't play the game.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. It's like,
and the server was already done.
I didn't get it. I get an invite.
I kept not going in to accept your invite. That was the problem. But listen, man, it's okay.
My own damn server.
You didn't miss anything, all right? You didn't miss anything.
Bring back Palworld.
Yo, let's take a look. What did production put here about Minecraft, bro? Let's take a look at that.
Production.
What is it, like a new trailer or what's going on?
I have no idea.
Oh my god, bro! I swear, if I keep seeing trailers about this,
I did start a new Minecraft
IRL
server
movie
2 weeks ago.
You started playing Minecraft again?
Yep. I'm
Nice.
just digging. I'm digging in the mountains, looking for diamonds. Found
Hell
some.
yeah, brother.
It's a fun game. Oh no, it's another trailer.
It is another trailer. Oh god.
It's a crafting table. Here's how
Oh,
you place these elements in different patterns.
fuck is he wearing?
You got yourself a sweet blade.
Is this a musical?
You want to see a blade?
I don't know if it's a musical, but
This is the blade of destiny.
that's just Jack Black, bro. But I want to know who the fuck is excited about this movie, bro.
The people that are in it. Apparently, Valkyrie had a bad run with Jason Momoa.
Yeah, we can talk about it after this trailer.
That doesn't even look like Minecraft blocks.
That's okay, bud. Buckets are useful here.
Did he just make buckets? That's what they were supposed to be?
This looks worse than the trailer we saw.
How is this a trailer? This looks like one of those random shorts that have like no ending or stars to it. You know, it's just like a random clip.
It's a teaser. This is the second teaser. They're like,
These are supposed to be
oh, you hated our first one? Here's some Minecraft crafting. And it's not colorful at all.
Buckets are useful here.
This looks like it's gonna be the most boring fucking movie of all time.
You know what I want to say about this scene? Oh, go back.
Oh shit. Oh.
This scene,
Uh-huh.
compared to what we saw earlier, the color palette is just gone. It's just dark and like shadowy. Like you have like red, you have like scenes of red or whatever, but there's no color in this bitch. What happened to the colorful? Like, everything is so muted colors. And then you have his blue shirt, his red shirt, his pink shit. Like the color palette is just off to me.
You want to see a blade?
The one thing I did appreciate,
I don't even care about the little details because this whole thing just
yeah, but the thing I did appreciate about the original like teaser, the one thing I did like was how the environment looked. It was very vibrant, it was colorful.
I'm sure it's
like,
gonna be like that. It
was like playing
like a fucking house right now, you know. Like, and to be fair, inside Minecraft, like houses are pretty dark, you know, unless you have a lot
but it's still colorful,
lights.
Man.
Nah, man, not when you're
It's
inside
still
a fucking piece of
They
dirt.
need to put
like,
more torches
square.
on the side or some glowstone, man. Put some color in that bitch.
Listen,
But anyways,
I need to see the sheep. I need to see the cows.
The first teaser had like this RTX look to it. Like if you've ever played Minecraft with RTX on, it is fucking glorious to look at. That's what it looked like. And now they're showing this next shit, and it's like it's too dark. The colors are very just muted. It's not really like vibrant at all. It's not inviting. It's not cozy.
Yeah.
This feels like if they were trying to do Skyrim.
Yo, Skyrim IRL would be pretty badass though. Not gonna lie.
I don't want, dude.
Not gonna lie.
World of Warcraft was a mess. I don't want them to fuck up Sky. I'm scared. I would be scared to watch that.
I feel like Skyrim will be an easier production. That's literally, we've done so many medieval movies, you know, like it's just not hard, I feel. But hey, anyways, Minecraft looks like ass. I'm definitely not gonna spend my money on that. But if you guys end up watching us, let us know how it is. On another movie trailer, I heard there's a Batman, Deathstroke, and Bane movie coming out, which I thought was pretty interesting.
What are the characters?
Bane, Deathstroke, and Batman, I'm guessing.
Is this linked to what universe are we in? Because we have the Robert Pattinson. No, I know.
Oh,
we have Robert Pattinson Batman, and then we have the reboots. And I'm
guessing it's gonna be the continuation with Robert Pattinson since he's like the younger Batman, as far as actor wise. I mean,
do we have a
I
trailer?
don't think they're gonna bring back Ben Affleck for this one.
Do we have a trailer?
Yeah. Let's see.
Welcome back, everyone. It's
Oh.
Charlie. DC just
fuck?
announced they're making another
This got a
Batman
trailer?
villain team up.
Oh,
First two characters,
I watch this guy all the time.
Deathstroke and Bane, but they're not the only Batman villains in the movie. Deathstroke and Bane isn't meant to be the name of the movie. That's just what everybody's calling it until they reveal the rest of the characters. But most of the characters.
I also think know that Deathstroke was a Batman villain. I thought Deathstroke was a Justice League.
No, Deathstroke is a he's in a lot of comics.
Yeah, he was. I saw him in
but
Justice League. Like when they make the Justice League, he's like one of the main like villains that go.
he's
against
also a Teen Titan villain.
Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the other dude with the mask inside Teen Titans. I forgot what his name used to be, but
Characters seem
no,
like they will
Slade.
be Batman
Slade.
villains.
Yeah, Slade.
Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
him.
That's not him.
His name
Deathstroke
is
and
Slade
are-
Wilson.
Really?
Yes.
I thought they were different. People.
Wondering if it's secretly going
okay,
to be a
pause.
totally different type.
So Deathstroke, I think, came after Deadpool. I'm not sure which one came first, but they both have similar names.
Yeah.
Wade Wilson is Deadpool. Slade Wilson is Deathstroke.
I didn't know Slade and Deathstroke were the same.
They're
person.
copycat characters.
Movie, and they're just using this Deathstroke.
No,
and
I know
Bane
him
announcement
and
to
Deadpool were
misdirect people.
copycat. I didn't
I
know
think there's some good
Slade
theories
and
about what's
Deathstroke
actually
were the
going
same
on, so
person.
we'll break it all
Oh, yeah,
down.
yeah.
But
Slade
we're
was a
kind of
different
getting Batman
villain.
in the DCU
No,
without actually getting Batman.
Is that Ben Affleck?
That's what I'm at. Wait, what? I thought he quit.
Secretly going to be a totally different type of movie, and they're just using this
By the way,
Deathstroke
this
and
channel's
Bane
great.
announcement to misdirect people. I think there's some good theories about what's actually going on, so we'll break it all down. But we're kind of getting Batman in the DCU without
That looks like Ben Affleck to me.
actually getting Batman. We'll explain what's going on. This is basically the first we've heard of any
Yeah, it's Ben Affleck. He was like the worst Batman ever.
specific movie
I
stuff.
disagree.
Who was the worst Batman ever? Well, aside from Robert Pattinson, he was the actual worst Batman ever. but
He's all right.
this guy was the worst Batman ever for sure.
I don't fuck with Adam West as Batman.
Adam
sorry.
West.
Yeah.
Who's
1960s.
Adam West?
You know
Oh.
who Adam West is?
I don't think so.
See,
That's an
like-
actor, or not?
Well,
I
he
saw
died.
it from Michael Keenan on. Like that's who.
He's dead.
Oh, he died already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's old. Like he was old.
Never seen.
But yeah, I don't enjoy those movies. The 90s ones, I didn't like those either. They were kind of like, eh.
I mean, you can't do anything about bad CGI and like shit like that. I'm just saying,
But-
like acting wise, like
My favorite Batman
Actually,
is,
George Clooney was pretty bad. I forgot about him
I
as Batman.
forgot he was bad.
Yeah, he was
That's how bad it was.
He was
Because Keaton was in the 80s.
yeah, Eden was good.
So the reason why I like Ben Affleck as Batman is because my favorite Batman story is The Dark Knight Returns, part 1 and 2. I've rewatched that animation a gajillion times.
Yeah,
And
animation is always better.
true. But his Batman was based off of that Batman. But
Yeah.
they made him a little younger than he was supposed to be. Because like he's supposed to be old man like not old, but like older Batman. And Ben Affleck was a little younger than he should have been, but he fit the role pretty good. The bat symbol is very on point with that story. And that was the inspiration behind it. Like the Batman versus Superman, like
Yeah.
and then like different like scenes from Justice League 2 came from that story, like all inspired from it. So that's like my
Listen,
favorite.
people
one. So I'm
can
a little
talk shit
biased.
about Batman as a superhero, but he literally outlives everyone in the DC universe. He's the only superhero in the DC universe to get respect from what's that god? What's that guy that he kills everyone basically?
Oh, Mr. Manhattan.
No. The other
The
dude.
Watchman?
It starts with a D. Death something too. I think is what his name is. He looks like Thanos basically, but from the DC universe. I forgot his name, but I forgot his name. But anyways, in the comics, he literally kills everyone. Darkseid, yeah. Batman literally gets respect from Darkseid when he like outsmarts him, and like he basically like hacks into like his coding, whatever the fuck it is, like that controls his army and shit. But yeah, Batman is a badass. I think Ben Affleck sucked as Batman, but I like the inspiration side of it. I didn't know that was the inspiration in the comics. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about what we just watched, but to me, I'm a little lost now because that's the Zack Snyder universe, and I thought they destroyed that. Like, I thought that was
that was like the Dark Knight universe, right? Like that's when
no.
When we first see Bane.
This is no. That Deathstroke. If we're talking about that Deathstroke and that Batman. Fucking fly. If we're talking about that Deathstroke and that Batman, that's the Zack Snyder verse with Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
Yeah, but you're talking about Justice League, right? Like the movie, like if you're talking about IRL, like it's a Justice League movie. That's the only time they've been together. But
what
if
I'm
you're talking
saying
about
is that
comic relations, then I feel like you're gonna go down a rabbit hole that you're not gonna find the correlation to.
No. What I'm saying is they're using the same universe from that Justice League movie. So the Flash was connected to that.
That's
movie.
what I'm saying. Yeah, like they're using the same. That's what I'm saying. They're connecting it to the Justice League's universe, not the Batman. Like what we've seen in Batman movies so far is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but the new Batman isn't even connected to
that DC universe. Yes.
Well, because let me explain. DC sold the rights to Discovery, and Discovery brought in James Gunn, and they were going to do a whole reboot thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they were going to do a Supergirl movie. They were going to do another Batman movie. I think it was like supposed to be year one, and that was going to be like way down the line. They were going to do a Lantern movie. And some other movie, I forgot. And they were going to do some animated stuff too. And that was supposed to cross over. Like the animated stuff was supposed to cross over into the films. Because what they were doing is they were going to do like a test net kind of thing. Just focus, like it's a test net. The animated stuff, if it's good, then they were going to move it into live action. And they would keep the same actors between. So they were going to do like back and forth.
I don't know, man. What we saw, it looked like a very like almost like a conspiracy teaser, you know, like almost like something that could be potentially in the pipelines, but it's not like actually confirmed or anything like that.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man. I don't know. Things in movies change all the time.
I'm just so like the reason why I don't like DC.
Wait, is that your fan going off right now, or like?
You can hear that? It's the fucking dishwasher.
Oh shit. Oh man.
I didn't know you could hear that. My bad.
No, you're good.
So if they're going to go that route where they go back to the old stuff, I want to know why. But also, I'm under the impression that they completely retconned the whole thing, and they're starting over again. And this is why I hate DC, because they can't make up their fucking mind. They've rebooted this thing since I've been alive. DC movies have rebooted like 4 or 5 times, and Marvel has not rebooted once. Right? They start from one story, they finish one story, now they're starting a new story. So like I don't know, it's a fucking mess, dude.
Yeah, I just feel like Marvel in particular just has a hard time with time skips. They always like time skip way too much, in my opinion. I'm like, God damn, like we missed like a whole like we didn't get to see Wolverine in the Wolverine suit until we got Wolverine versus Deadpool. You get me? Like I'm like, God damn, bro, like. We skipped this whole we should have gotten Wolverine the suit after the initial like Wolverine movie, like the one that he goes to Japan and shit, and like at the end of the movie he gets the suit from the Japanese girl in the suitcase. That's when we should have gotten like a Wolverine like suit movie, like right after that one, you know. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm excited to see. Hopefully, I like Bane as a villain. I think that's like one of the coolest villains in Batman, and definitely the one that like beats the shit out of him. So.
I mean, this would make a great film if all these characters are in there, because those are really good villains for Batman. But
yeah, I just want like a good but the Joker 2 is coming out next week though, and I'm excited to see that.
Wait, the Joaquin Phoenix one?
Yeah, the one with Lady Gaga and him.
Wait, it's coming out this year?
It's coming out Friday. It's upcoming Friday. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, no, I want like a Batman as cool as this dude from American Psycho. I always forget his name.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Yeah. That was a cool motherfucking Bruce Wayne. You get me?
Yeah.
That's the type of like he is Bruce Wayne. You feel me? Like when you see him,
I still think that trilogy, like the last movie was kind of meh, but those two leading up to the third one, those are great fucking films. Like I can still watch those from start to finish and not cringe once. Like it's just action.
They were great. They were great and had great actors too. So
great writing.
That's definitely what helped it. But you know, I would like to see. It would be cool if they had what's his name playing Bane again.
Damien said, "Yeah, buddy."
Yeah, buddy. What was the actor that played Bane in that movie? It was this dude that played.
It was a Venom guy.
Venom guy, yeah. Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy. Yeah, Tom Hardy. Yeah, it would be cool to see him back as Bane. That would be pretty sweet.
Sadly, all I know in movies is comic book movies. That's all I know. I don't know any like real movies. Sadly,
comic book, yeah. All right, brother. Let's see what else do we got here to talk about today. AVAX is doing a 40 million grant initiative. All right, which I think is pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie though, when I saw the original Catalyst post today, I was reading through like the post or whatever, and it said $40 grant opportunity. And I was like, wait, what? Apex is doing a $40 grant. Like, what the fuck? That's gonna go a long way. No, but they're doing
$1
a
for
40.
each project.
Yeah, it cost you $1. Gotta be quicker than that.
True.
No, they're actually doing a 40 million grant initiative. Now, this $40 million grant is not like your typical grants that you've seen in the space, like the Arbitrum grant that's been floating around, etc. This is a grant specifically for developers. Okay, so they're putting 40 millions into initiative for developers to feel motivated to build on top of the Avalanche L1, which I think is pretty cool, man. I think that is a good way to get people to build more tools inside your L1. You get me, and make your product and your ecosystem that much stronger, right? I also think it's cool the way they're going about it, right? Because they kind of gamified it a little bit to the developer side, and they're basically built a leaderboard. So as developers are building these tools in the L1, right, it's basically they're going to be building in public, and their ideas and concepts are going to fall in a leaderboard where users from Avalanche can go and vote for those ideas to climb the leaderboard, right? And that the higher you climb in that leaderboard, that's what indicates basically the allocation from the grant that you're going to get, right? So I think it's a pretty cool concept. I think it brings an initiative to being innovative towards the space and for developers to be involved, right? I mean, Avalanche has been doing amazing things. I would say they're probably one of the biggest competitors when it comes to comparing it to like Ethereum, right? Like I think Avalanche is definitely doing a great thing when it comes to like their layer one blockchains and stuff like that. But what are your thoughts, Otto, on this whole thing?
Yeah.
Retro 9000, as they're calling it.
Yeah,
Avalanche 9000.
Interesting initiative. I think it's a really smart idea. People are competitive, and competition breeds innovation. So when you're building an app, you want to be the best app. You don't want to be the second best app. That should be the mentality of everyone building on Avalanche or building on any blockchain, really.
Yeah.
And I think when you make these kind of incentives, you have to have some kind of guardrails. So like you don't have people just like being scummy and just taking money and like just fucking running.
Yeah.
There has to be like a certain like standard and way that it's distributed. But I also think that the leaderboard is a really phenomenal idea because we've already seen it work in Web3 on the user side. A lot of people do flock to get on the leaderboards and kind of climb the rank, so to speak, because everyone wants to brag about their bragging rights. Nobody is going to brag about being second. I mean, I bragged about being seventh in the early play test of 9 Heroes, but you know, I'm an asshole, so I do what I do. But I think
10,
it's
baby.
but I think top 10 exactly. But I think this is good. I do see there might be problems, but maybe they have the guardrails, like I'm saying. But more developers equals more users. Well, let me backtrack a little bit. More developers equals more apps that make good apps for more users to use, because then more users will come in and use those apps.
Right. And again, it's not like Avalanche is saying, come build for my L1 from scratch, right?
Yeah.
They're already providing multiple resources, multiple tools that make it easier for these developers to build their apps within their ecosystem, right? So like, it's not like it's bare bones, right? Like there's a lot of resources for these developers to come in and build something dope.
Yeah, I mean, there are different blockchains that say the best incentive is no incentive. And the reason why they say that is their belief is like, since I'm talking about XRP, since there's like a different protocol in mind, there's a different method to the madness that is developing for it. But I would argue, if there is an incentive, there is a limited window of opportunity for Joe Schmo to get in and build something of value, right? And that money's not gonna be there forever. So like, use your time wisely, and the way you use your time to build these products for these users, we could get some good stuff out of it that is more user-friendly. And I think that's what every blockchain needs. I don't care what blockchain you're talking about. I mean, you could say education. I agree. Education will always help, but some of this stuff is a little wonky still. And if you can find ways to like do walkarounds within your apps and make more of it back end and less of it front end, grandma can pick it up and use it.
Yeah.
Mother can pick it up and use it, or even a child could pick it up and use it. And if you can have like kids that, because I think my parents told me when I grew up, I would mess around with computers. And that's why I'm like today, 34-year-old nerd who knows how to do stuff on computers. Because I've always had a curiosity for it, right? But we didn't have this like layer of like operating system that was so easy to use. Now these iPad kids have the easiest, like you want to delete an app, hold it, and then hit the X. That's super simple. Versus like right clicking and trying to find where the file is on the PC and like uninstalling, and now Windows 11 keeps moving that shit. Like that's getting a little more complicated, right? But if you simplify all this stuff and people are like using these like decentralized apps, right? More people will hop into this because it's easy to use. And I think that's like what this could birth. Because you got to be honest, like a lot of these apps are still in dev mode. They haven't left the dev. I would argue like Phantom app is really good. Like it's really quality app. It makes noise now when you do a transaction, like a trade.
Oh, really?
A little thing. And that little subtle thing matters. I think it does. Like it makes it feel more alive. It makes it feel more like a platform and less like code, right?
Yeah.
So I think those little things matter, like the visual things. Like if you had animations that like showed like two coins like fusing and then switching or whatever, like with a swap, that could be cool. You know what I mean? Like, little things like that make the quality of life of your app stick out more to me.
Yeah.
So I guess
I think those are all the little things that the teams should be focusing on after all the interference have been like perfected, right? Like your app works, like all the backend stuff is working properly, right? Like now let's focus on the user experience and like let's add all those little details that's gonna make the user experience like better, so that we can help with retention of those users, right? Like what's gonna make me want to keep using your app? Oh, I like all the visuals. It's super easy to use. It's friendly. It looks great. It's very seamless. Beautiful.
Vibrant colors.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm gonna continue to use it. But if automatically there's another, because the thing is that a lot of those apps, right, there's multiple products that do the same thing, right? Like a swapping tool, right? Like there's multiple swapping tools out there. You don't have to use just like, for example, Kraken, right? Like you can use any other ones out there. I think if being that the case, right, like you definitely want to put attention to those little details that you're mentioning, because that's what's gonna make me want to use your app over another app that's available that does the same thing. You get me?
Exactly.
So I agree with you. I think those little details do matter. Just to give a little bit more context to the people listening, if you guys are maybe like a developer that's listening or something, if you're interested about this, and by the way, shout outs to our friends over at games.gg. They always do a fantastic job coming up with news articles and
vote for Catalyst.
And do both for Catalyst. We dropped we should probably show that up. We'll show it up right before finishing the show. We did our submission for Creator of the Year. We had a ton of fun making it, so definitely go check that out and give us your vote for sure. But anyways, shout outs to Games. They always do a great job at maintaining the space up to date and like bringing the best news. But yeah, if you want a little bit more context on this, it says the Retro 9000 initiative provides developers with the resources they need to overcome the economic and technical barriers often encountered in the blockchain landscape. Developers will receive rewards for their innovations, particularly those that contribute to the Avalanche L1 ecosystem and critical developer tooling. Projects are ranked on a public leaderboard, with community votes playing a role in determining grant allocations. According to Luigi Denorio,
Luigi.
I'm sorry if I butcher your last name there, Luigi. Chief Operating Officer at AVAX, Avalanche 9000 is a culmination of years of development work to build a platform that can support fast, scalable, and connected L1s. Retro 9000 aims to engage early stage developers by offering an incentive to build, test, and launch projects on Avalanche 9000, the upgraded testnets. This initiative encourages transparency, urging developers to build publicly, gather community support, and earn rewards. I like the last line there, because a lot of these ideas, right, and for you to get your allocation in the grant, comes from your community and like the fandom you bring around your product, right? to vote for your idea in the leaderboard to kind of rank up so that you can get enough funding to make this happen, right? So I like the whole concept that they're going for. I don't know if they mentioned in this article like how big is the leaderboard, like if you have to be among the top 500, among the top 100 to get an allocation from the 40 million, or how those allocations are going to be broken down. But I'm sure they're going to come out with more details as they continue
right
to flesh
there.
this out. What,
There's a
this?
section on leaderboard.
The Avalanche community can allocate votes to their favorite projects during an active round. Projects are ranked on a public leaderboard. Your show factor determines your voting power for each round. So it doesn't really say how big the leaderboard is going to be.
And if you can go to like social feed, does that talk? Because I'm wondering, like,
where,
you know how we social
right
feed,
here?
you know how we live on X for most of the Web3 stuff. What I'm wondering here is, like, where does the how do you validate that you're a builder? You know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Like, do you need a big X following? Like
well, you have to enter the round, right? Which is they check for to see if you're eligible. So I'm guessing you have to have some type of
social following,
or like maybe they have like a milestone that you need to have before applying for this program. So the way it works, if you guys want to read the 3 little steps here, is you start by entering a round, which it says all submissions are public by default. Check if you're eligible before applying for a round. Connect your socials and submit regular updates and milestones. Then it goes into your social feed. A unified live feed aggregates projects, milestones, and updates, as well as social posts, helping inform community votes. And then it goes into the leaderboard, which we read already. Now, this is really cool because I guess once you become part of this ecosystem, right, of this grand round feed and stuff like that, like they have a social feed component to it, which is automatically going to put out feeds of anytime you do any updates or anything like that to what you're creating, so that your community is aware of, and then that way they can continue to vote for your submission, essentially.
Yeah. So since we're talking about community engagement, I hope when they look at these socials, they kind of see how many views are these posts getting, how many likes, how many retweets and comments, and like maybe they go through the comments and see that they're real people commenting and not just saying the same message over and over again. Because you could easily bot that. You know, those are the concerns I have with this program.
Yeah, and I'm guessing they have more details in their website. You guys can go to the Retro 9000 website if you guys want to see what those eligibility components are. I'm sure they have a list of like what you need to have to be eligible for the grant. But yeah, man, I agree with you. I think metrics are really important when it comes to this stuff, right? Like you don't want to be giving.
Oh, go back to the bottom.
You don't want to be giving grant money to a potential developer that could have been very real just because you chose a developer that had bought it, numbers, etc.
So they're going to be in the Latin America region in Argentina, October 16th to the 18th to discuss.
And they're going to be giving more updates about this in that convention.
And the information will be on the website too, but that'll be good because hold on, bro.
Hold on, they have a website right here. Let's see if I can find what the eligibility components are real quick.
Because all that information would be very beneficial to that region because they're very hungry out there.
All right, let's see. Applications.
Oh, it's the front page.
Trying to see if they have anything about
requirements.
Yeah. Developers.
I'm assuming they're going to announce that at the Latin American thing.
Probably. I mean, I would think it's part of like the where you go apply, right? Like maybe they haven't opened the applications yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the website you guys want to come to, okay? So if you're looking to get grants. If you're looking to get into this,
I think it sent you to another pop-up.
Yeah, it did. I'm just trying to see if it's what we want before I pull it up.
Okay. Because I think maybe they want to wait till the event to make the announcement, and then they'll post it on the website as well.
Yeah, it looks like they have a lot of grants actually. They have this other grant going on right now. It's called the InfraBuild program. But yeah, anyways, I'm sure they'll release more stuff when they go to the summit. It doesn't look like they have anything available right now. But I'm sure it's gonna be based on like common metrics, like your following, right? Like how many people you have as a follower, how many, like what is in your portfolio of apps that you've already created, essentially, like stuff like that is, in my opinion, what they're gonna be looking at. But yeah, man, pretty cool that Avalanche is starting that initiative. I think is pretty cool and something that I haven't seen other blockchains do. So really looking forward to that. I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes open for that summit to get more info on this. But really cool that they're bringing a grant like that for the developing side. I've seen a lot of grants for the creators. Haven't seen a lot of grants for like developers. That's really
Bro, I swear, every time I think there's like a little bit of like pause in all the events that are moving this crypto world around, like something's happening in October, this stuff happening in November, YGG's in December. Like it's just there's no
we
break.
have something big happening in December. We can't talk about it yet, but something very big happening in December. I'm super hyped for it. It's gonna be super sweet.
I'm just saying, time moves by so quickly in
Oh,
this
dude,
space
it
because there's
flies.
so much going on. It's so
It
exciting.
flies. If
It's
time
so
moves
exciting.
quickly in general when you're busy, bro.
True.
And when you're building shit. Like,
That's
when
true.
you're building stuff, you're actively working on something, time flies, bro. Like we're about to end 2024, bro. Isn't that crazy? I feel like literally like we started Catalyst in 2023, and it just feels like we started 2024 like a few months ago. And now it's like about to be done, and we're going into 2025. What are you showing me? I can't even see.
35 days.
Oh,
I'll be 35.
Oh man, the man has a counter on the phone and everything.
Yeah,
for
do you
his
see the
30
little emoji? It's like an old man.
you're already old, you motherfucker. All right, yo, to finish it off for today's episode, which has been a great episode, by the way. This is really cool to get into all these topics. Also, very different. I don't think you and I usually get the opportunity to just do like a show together, just the two of us or something like that,
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
We can make it
if you try.
We can't
Yo,
sing.
no Diddy. Just to finish it off real quick, I wanted to show you. Probably gonna be a big fan of this. Mark Zuckerberg unveils the Orion headsets or whatever they are. How do you feel about this, bro? I'm not a big VR or argument or AR glasses person. I know you're really big into this type of technology and you're really fascinated by it. So how do you feel about this announcement? Have you seen this video yet?
Yeah.
You want me to play it first and then you can
go
talk
ahead.
about it? All right, let me play it for the people.
Go ahead.
I have something that
This guy is such a weirdo.
Skip ahead to the glasses reveal. It's very cringe.
Oh, really? Oh gosh. They did. Oh no.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, it's
there you go. This
such a weirdo.
This is Orion, our first
Bruh.
fully functioning
Motherfuckers are
prototype.
thick.
And if I
Them
do
glasses
say
are
so,
thick.
the most advanced glasses the world has ever
This is the nerdiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, look at the thickness between the lens and the
Yeah, it's how do I say?
That's just like 4 inches thick, bro. All right.
So here's the thing. I like the idea behind this. It's not a VR headset. It's going to be like your replacement to your screens. It still looks impractical, and it's still not like a replacement to a VR headset because all the augmented reality stuff doesn't fuck with the regular VR stuff. It's separate, right? So they're making products in the Meta Quest 3 for the AR part of it. And all the VR stuff is kind of dying because they decided to pivot from focusing on VR as a market. And other companies have come in, but everyone has developed all the Oculus stuff, and now it's called Meta Quest. They've all developed the Meta Quest stuff, and so these guys are shifting. I mean, they're not shifting, but they're focusing on the AR part because they're really trying to find a compelling way to sell glasses to be your new computer screen.
Well, also, I think the idea is that they want to sell this technology for you to be able to still do your everyday activities, right? While wearing these glasses, right? And making those everyday activities more pleasant in a way, right? More functional. Because the whole concept of VR and why it doesn't become functional is because I can put my VR goggles on, right? And walk around my house without bumping into shit, because I can't see actually what's in front of me. And AR kind of fixes that, right? Like I can still see my computer screen and stuff, but if I wanted like my tweets to pop out, right, like from the screen and shit, that's what I can do with these glasses essentially. Or is it like completely different?
I think he shows it in the video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Now, about a decade
Honestly,
ago,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Once I saw that, I
started
stopped
putting together a
watching.
team of the best people in the world.
It looks so dorky. Like,
bro, they look so bad. It looks like that character from SpongeBob, the superhero guy, the one that has like the starfish on his nose.
Mermaid Man.
Yeah, Mermaid Man.
To build these glasses. And the requirements
Barnacle
are actually
Boy.
pretty simple. But the technical challenges to make them are insane. They need to be glasses, not a headset, no wires, less than 100 grams. They need wide field of view, holographic displays.
See, so there's your displays.
Yeah, see, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, see, he can still see his living room, but if I want to have my camera popped up, my TikTok, and my X account open at the same time, I can. This is kind of like what Apple already did with their whatever fucking thing that they came out.
They're following Apple, but they're trying to make it more practical. But the problem is, it looks very funky. It doesn't look practical at all.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this isn't the first time we've had Google Glass. We had the Apple thing, the MetaQuest 3, and also the MetaQuest Pro is still starting to be like this augmented thing. So this is like the new wave. It's called XR, where they're trying to mesh VR and AR together. So like it's not hitting for me. And as a VR user, it's not even touching the VR market. It's skipping that market. It's going to the AR market and the XR market. And that really doesn't have much support from games. They're just more like gimmicky apps. Like, oh, now you can turn your entire living room into an environment. Cool.
Right.
Like, so look, you guys might see that.
I see all these projects that are with the play to earn like schemes, benefiting from AR products like this, because they can just be like, vacuum your house and just earn by vacuuming your house. That's something you already do. It's like, who the fuck wants to do that?
Get the new step-in glasses,
with
the new step-in shoe, with the new step-in shirt.
Just walk.
Like, I saw a video where they had an AR view of someone that had a completely different outfit on, and it was all NFTs. And I just thought, like, the idea is cool, but in practice, no one's gonna fucking do this. Like, you want to wear real shit, not some fake shit. They had this idea. Oh, you'll have all these NFT. You'll be a completely different person in the AR because you have all these NFTs and shit. It's like, this is
I can put skins on.
Not practical. It's just not practical.
All right. Nah, yeah, I hear you, man.
So
yeah, this is something that I'm not really that interested on. To be honest with you, man, when it comes to VR or AR technology, if we're not at the level where I can just be laying down on my bed and I'm wearing like Sword Art Online type of shit, right? Where I'm just like thinking. I'm thinking that I want to walk forward. I'm thinking I want to eat, and it's actually happening in game. You get me? I would never replace any of this with my computer or my setup.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, it's just not the experience I'm looking for.
So to conclude, this will only be purchased by the rich. It's probably going to cost a lot of money. And it's very unpractical, and they're going to probably give it to celebrities to promote it. And the stupid people that are poor, I'm not saying they're stupid because they're poor. I'm saying the stupid people that stay poor buying this shit will buy it because it's trendy to look cool. And they're going to realize it's a gimmick, just like the Vision Pro was a gimmick, because it's not practical to walk around with a fucking big piece of plastic on your face. It's not practical to walk around with it. Like, these glasses are not stylish. They're just
What do
not.
you think the price tag is going to be?
It's going to be north of 1,300 for sure. I mean, check. Maybe it's in there. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing because I couldn't get past the cringe shit. Once I saw the way it looked, I was like, this shit looks chunky and nerdy. This is like, it's like he used to get beat up wearing this shit, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna make a whole generation wear this shit now. Who's getting beat up now, bitch? Like, that's what it looks like to me.
For real though.
Like, generation of people getting bullied. It's like only the people that are wealthy are gonna afford this, and then the people that buy all of, like, super fanboys, they're gonna buy it. They will grind their paycheck to save up for this shit just to try it out and be immersed for like a week. And don't tell me this is going to change your life, because everything you can do with that, you can already do with your phone. And we have payment plans for the phones. It's like if you want us to get away from the phones and go the next step, you got to put the chips in our brain, or do like Futurama and get the iPhone in your eye. It has
Listen,
to
man,
be. It has to be in place.
I just feel like Facebook always falls short, like in terms of like making an impact of like building something cool. Like they fall short with like what Apple does, for example. You get me? So like I see these two companies kind of building the same technology, and automatically I already see Apple building a more as like aesthetically pleasing product. You get me? Than whatever Facebook is doing. And it kind of happened with Facebook too. I always thought Facebook was one of the most boring platforms I've ever seen, like social media platform. You get me? Like it had no customization whatsoever. Like I always thought MySpace was a much better like social media platform than Facebook in those times. You get me? Because of all the customization UX experience that you had inside MySpace. You get me? Facebook was always like very bland, like just like a wall type of thing, and you kind of like post whatever you want to post, and that's it. So I don't know. I don't know where this technology is gonna go. I'm not personally excited about it. So I think Mark Zuckerberg, he just has too much money in his hands, and he's just gonna continue to do things that he wants to build, but not necessarily that people are asking for. you know. So I don't know, man. We'll see where it goes. I agree with you. I think the glasses look very nerdy, and it's a horrible design, from like an aesthetic standpoint. But I think people are still gonna buy it. I think like I
No,
agree
they
with you.
will.
I think there's gonna be that group, like you're saying, like the super wealthy group that are just gonna buy it to try it out and see what the fuck the product is, and then that's it.
Yeah, like the timing of this announcement. You do this announcement to sell this. Did we get a release date?
No,
let me check it out.
I didn't see a release date. No.
I don't even know what it's called. Meta glasses?
Or Orion or something. like
Orion. Yeah. See, this is something they've been working on for a long time, and this is a prototype. So the final copy may be different.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind. It could get better, but from what I saw,
you're gonna be wearing 3D glasses from the movie theater, from what we saw.
This is just a misfire, I think.
Do you find the release date?
I guess not. So they may not be. It may not be ready to go yet, because it says in the next few years you can expect to see new devices that build on our R&D efforts. Orion is not just a window of the future to look at the very real possibilities within reach today. And they have a partnership with Ray-Ban, and that's a thing that I just don't understand. Ray-Ban is a stylish thing, so how could you?
I think it's just a hardware thing, man. Like all the hardware that goes into that glass is what's making it so thick and chunky and like weird looking.
Look, this is cool. I'll give it that this is cool. Check this out. This is cool, but it's cool for like 2 seconds. You're staring at stuff. Maybe it's like for people that don't know what shit is, but I know what the fuck.
The pricing and stuff?
No, I mean, it just tells you what they are.
Bah.
And it's like, okay, you want to know what this stuff is? Now I got you like a whole recipe. I can already do that with my phone.
Right. What's stopping me from?
That's what I'm saying. Like
pineapple.
They're trying their darndest. Like both these companies, Apple and Meta, and even like the Steam, Valve, like they're all trying to find a way in to make this the new iPhone. Because the iPhone was like there was a groundbreaking piece of technology that once the iPhone came out, every phone tried to be like the iPhone or better than the iPhone. That was the game, right? And so like they're trying to do this with this AR, VR, XR stuff.
Yeah, essentially this is meant to replace old phones, right? Like this is supposed to be like your glasses are gonna be now your new phone. You get me? Because it would be cool, I guess, if you're walking down the street and you like tell your glasses, "Hey, Cole Hado," and then you pop up like almost like in a FaceTime screen, right? On my inside my glasses, and I'm talking to you as I'm walking. I'm still able to see the environment and shit. Yeah, cool. But again, then you have to make the price point, right? Like the price entry has to be available to everyone.
Yeah, but it has to look cool too. Like, who's gonna wear dorky glasses? Like, I mean, unless he's trying to convince a bunch of people to look dorky, that's the new cool thing.
Well, I just think it's a hardware thing when it comes to that, right? Like, you're gonna have to sacrifice the looks based on like hardware to make it fit, right? Like, it's kind of like when the first phone came out, right? Like the first few cell phones, they were ugly as fuck. They were bulky. They were like fucking. The first iPhone was ugly as fuck. It looked like a brick. You get me? So like that's hardware. Like I don't
Yeah.
think people are gonna care about that as long as the functionality is there. But the price points needs to make sense. It needs to be available to the working class. It needs to be available to the middle class. Yeah, I mean, it can't just be like the rich class is gonna have the school classes because nobody's gonna give a fuck. You get
Yeah,
me?
my final
And then they're gonna
question.
look at them and say, that looks ugly as fuck, or it looks like stupid as fuck. And what's stopping me from using my phone to do the exact same thing? You know,
My
like
final question is: who's gonna make the Superman app to see everyone naked? The X-ray vision app. Who's making that shit? So someone is like, look at that, like, oh yeah,
they're
I'm
probably
about
gonna
to
put like
I'm
they're
about to
probably
make
gonna
a
put
pervert
like
app.
they're probably gonna put blocks like Apple did with theirs, where you couldn't watch like porn and stuff like that on it.
Hey,
Because you know, like
developer mode opens that bitch up. You could open up the VR and people were
I'm
doing
about
that.
to I'm about to
Did you
jailbreak
hear?
this fucking glasses.
Did you hear about the dude that created the original design for Quest? Found a way to make it explosive, so like if you die in the game, you die for real.
Oh shit! Like that's on some real Sword Art Online shit. That guy
Yeah,
was watching
and
all
he's
3
still
seasons
walking
of that
around
shit.
free. No one arrested him. Like, he's still walking around free. I'm just saying, like, don't challenge anybody. They will find a way to like.
Dude, I don't know why this just came up. I don't know why
I can
this just
see
came
all
up.
these girls naked now.
Listen, I
Like,
don't know why this just came into my head as you said that. It's completely random, non-related at all. This actually has to do with like Russia and like just like historical shit, I guess. You know that Russia made what they call a death hand system. Do you know what that
Mm-mm.
is?
No.
So back during the Cold War, right? Russia was so afraid that the United States was going to basically nuke them, right? And since they didn't know like where like those missiles could come from, right? Because of the amount of missiles that the US has, right? They made a basically a ground censoring system that basically they're able to tell by the frictions on the earth, right? When missiles are coming their way, like nuclear missiles are coming their way, right? So they
Yeah.
made the system so that if there was ever a case where the military power in Russia like dies or like falls down, right, and they don't have a physical hand to push the button, right, they made a system called the death hand system that essentially if their military falls, their country will release all of their nuclear power all at once without the need of having like to physically push the button with a hand.
Oh,
You
so you're
get me?
saying they could do it with the glasses now?
That would be funny as fuck. I don't know how, because they'll be dead, essentially. What they're saying is that they have a system that if they all die, everybody else is dying with them because they have a way to release all their nuclear weapons,
Yeah,
even if
so
everyone in Russia dies. You get me?
all the glasses are just.
They're just going to explode
It's
now.
an easy way to kill you now. Just wear the glasses. Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
great. You could see like how to make a smoothie.
It's a new nuclear warfare. Wear the glasses. Will blow your brains. No, that's crazy. Listen, bro. Lots of topics that we discussed today. This was a banger episode. Any closing thoughts that you have for the people?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we won, so suck it.
You won?
Yeah, Cowboys won.
Oh, gotcha.
Longhorns won. It's a W weekend.
All
Closing thoughts. Yeah,
Like Texas, like Longhorn, like the steakhouse.
like
Is
the
that-
college, University of Texas at Austin.
Ah, bro, who the fuck? Okay,
So Longhorns. Okay. I lost my train of thought now.
hey, bro, that steakhouse is
So
pretty fire.
yeah, I just want to hammer home the point. Like I'm gonna keep saying this until the wheels fall off. These dev apps need to leave dev mode, being more user friendly. I really do like the fact that Phantom just silently just did this. Like, hey, when you trade, it makes a little sound. I like when that stuff happens because it shows that you like actually care about the product.
Yeah.
And Catalyst is a passion product too. So you guys stay tuned for December. That's my closing thought.
Hell yeah, man. December's going to be a heater. Super hype for that. Guys, thank you for everyone that pulled up on this episode of The Catalyst Effect. I know we were missing our favorite anime boy in today's episode, but he'll be back next week. Don't worry. You guys don't have to cry about it. All right. He'll be back here soon enough. But listen, thank you to everyone that pulled up. You guys already know, man. Make sure you check us out across all socials. Okay. CTV is coming right back up after we're done here. And aside from that, we'll be back next week, baby, at the same damn time. You already know we'll be on X, Twitch, and YouTube live every single week. You already know how we do it, man. But listen, aside from that, make sure you guys go vote for Catalyst as creator of the year. I'm actually gonna live us with that. I'm gonna pull up the video we did here and just gonna let it play it out for you guys, man. All right.
Imagine owning the world's greatest brand. Shows and products by the greatest of our time. In a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
All right, you beautiful people, enjoy this video as we roll it out. We'll be back next week.
Present to you Catalyst for Creator of the Year.
Peace.
43 T